voices roared against the dark. In the streets they left their mark. In the alleys whispers grow. Hooligans strike their hidden blow. Walls get painted with the truth. Revolution in the hands of youth. Jeff and the hooligans carve their fate, shouting till the morning late. Power shifts when crowds unite. In the chaos rides the light. Corporate suits try to control. Hooligans aim for heart and soul. Jeff's words light the spark, echoing through the park. From the suburbs to the slum, hooligans beat their drum. Jeff leads the fearless crew, turning red, white, and blue. Jeff and the hooligans carve their fate, shouting till the morning late. Power shifts when crowds unite. In the chaos rides the light. Jeff and the hooligans carve their fate, shouting till the morning late. Power shifts when crowds.
What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. So at 7:20, President Trump is supposed to be live giving remarks at the NRCC annual fundraising dinner. I don't really know what that is, but that's okay. We're going to cover it. It's in about an hour, so we'll see how it goes. Then we're going to be starting this live with a video titled First Lady Steps Out with Robot. I don't really know why, but Melania came out today and she was accompanied by a humanoid robot, saying that it's the first humanoid robot guest in the White House. They're calling it Figure 03. I don't know. Then we got a video titled U.S. confirms ground troops on the way to the Middle East after peace plan dismissed by Iran. Now, the weird thing about this story is nobody really knows how many troops are being sent over there. This video says 2,000. There's another video that says 1,000. There's another video that says 1,500. And when I Googled it, they said it was between 1,000 and 3,000. So nobody knows. Nobody knows. We're just sending people over there, though. Then we got video titled TSA reports record high airport wait times, saying 40 to 50% call out rate among TSA workers. This is the Democrats' fault. Then we got video titled Mike Johnson blaming Dems for illegal border crosser shooting, talking about that illegal that killed that American student that we've been covering since Monday or Saturday or something. All of a sudden the White House wants to talk about it. Then we got a short video titled Third No Kings Protest Plan. Protesters express frustration with Iran war. So they're going to be stanking up the streets this weekend. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Russell and it's titled King Marsh. Then getting back into the news here, we got video titled Meta and Google found liable on social media addiction trial. I think this is really crazy and I might have a good case. You know, I could use $3 million here. We might have to make that work. Then we got a video titled Congress considers bipartisan bill that would ban sports betting on prediction markets. They're talking about targeting Polymarket and other apps that are similar. Then we have a video titled Prosecutors charged a second person in acid attack of Long Island college student. This guy ran up and hit this girl in the face with sulfuric acid and disfigured her. And now they're arresting a second person who happens to be her ex-boyfriend, and they think he orchestrated all of it. Then for the last little bit of the news, what happened to our chat? It just fucking died. Well, I'll work on that in a second. Either way, last little bit of the news is lefties losing it. And it's titled Theo Von and Vince Vaughn call out unfunny late night hosts, and it is Rita. Then we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's unfortunate cookie. and it was provided by Bree. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one is provided by Gingerfire, and it's titled Shrinkflation. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Who Threw, and that one's titled The Wisdom of Master Klaus. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. And what is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Guessum? What's up, Zero? What's up, Salty Ragu? What's up, Green Eyes? What's up, Ghostly? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Southern Eagleman? And what's up, Faded? Happy freedom, you hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Dutton, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing in the chat, Dutton. Let me see. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Puff and Stuff? What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Faded, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. Let me see. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Granados? Happy freedom. What's up, Screaming Eagle? What's up, Watchman? What's up, Bill Clay? And what's up, Metal? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on Rumble. Make sure you hit that like button. See if we can get us back on the front page. And what is up, everyone, over on Kick? What's up, Pag? Happy freedom to you. Oh, that might be from yesterday. Either way, happy freedom to all of you hooligans watching on Kick. And what is up, everyone, over on Twitch? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom to you. Guess Who? Jeff Spider, Sue, Discord, Meta, the Hub, the OF for emotional stress, emotional damage is causing them to overeat on Jeff's skin. That's right. We need to start a lawsuit. And what is up, everyone, over on the Goof Tube? Mrs. Satan, you were first over here. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mike Ingles? What's up, Shanti? Happy freedom. Salty Ragu, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. Faded, you were truly omnipresent. I appreciate you. What's up, GQ? Happy freedom. What's your name? Tallywall? Tall Wall. Happy freedom to you, Tall Walls. Let me see. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. What's up, Joe? Joe, happy freedom to you. What's up, Guy? Happy freedom. What's up, Agent O? What's up, Be a Blessing? Happy freedom, you hooligans. You guys hit that like button over on the Goof Tube as well. And what is up, everyone, over on X? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. I don't know what's going on. YouTube is dead. YouTube has been dead all day. And I think it started yesterday, too. I think it has to do with that hype point stuff that they're doing right now. I don't know. It's very weird. Anyways, we're going to be starting off with this first video that's also weird. Like I said, First Lady steps out with robot. I don't really know why. I think they're trying to normalize the whole robot situation. Otherwise, I have no idea why they're doing this. Either way, like I said, this is First Lady Melania Trump walking out with a humanoid robot just cuz. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
Melania Trump.
Thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House. It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting. I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America. I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education. Welcome. Bienvenidos. Yokoso. Bienvenue. Bem-vindos. Ahlan wa sahlan. Shagatam. Mogisalmabit. Bruchim Baim. Laskavo Prosimo. Dobrodoshli. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the White House. Figure 3, thank you for joining me at day 2 of Fostering the Future Together. It's fair to state you're my first American-made humanoid guest in the White House.
Okay, like I said, very weird. I have no idea why they did that. Now, I did Google it to try and get some context, because why would they do that? It says First Lady Melania Trump walks side by side with humanoid robot named Figure 3 during the second day of her Fostering the Future Together Global Coalition Summit, which is quite the title. Of course, they're holding it at the White House. The robot developed by Figure AI, where it delivered remarks in 11 languages. Melania Trump Also gave remarks saying, "It is fair to state you are my first American-made humanoid guest in the White House." Very strange. Either way, we're going to get right into this next one. Like I was saying, U.S. confirms ground troops on the way to the Middle East after peace plan dismissed by Iran. Now, the numbers are weird. The numbers are all over the place. It's somewhere between 1,000 troops and 3,000 troops. Now, like I said earlier, in this video, they're going to claim it's 2,000 troops. I had to watch 4 or 5 videos on this before I landed on this video. They all said different numbers, and like I mentioned, when I Googled it, it said between 1 and 3,000. So if you hear differently with the troops numbers, that's why. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
Iran and the US. Here's your latest update on what's happening in the Middle East. Iran says it's opened the Strait of Hormuz for non-hostile ships on the condition that they neither participate in nor support acts of aggression against the country. Meanwhile, oil prices fell overnight as US President Donald Trump said he sent a 15-point peace plan to Iran, though Iranian officials have previously said no negotiations had taken place and fake news is used to manipulate financial and oil markets. Reports suggest the US is proposing a month-long ceasefire to discuss the plan, which includes dismantling Iran's main nuclear sites and uranium enrichment program. However, the Pentagon is reportedly preparing to mobilize US ground troops, with about 2,000 soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division set to start moving into the Middle East. The cost of Trump's war has hit the UK hard, as British drivers have paid roughly an additional £300 million at the pumps since the US and Israel began their war against Iran. Though Chancellor Rachel Reeves said on Tuesday there will be no extra help for millions struggling with soaring bills. For the latest updates on the Iran conflict, download the Bulletin app and turn.
Okay. All right. So next up, we got TSA reports record high airport wait times, saying 40 to 50% call out rate among TSA workers. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these first 2 videos. Once again, the first one talking about First Lady Melania Trump walking out with the robot for whatever reason. Second video there, Iran has opened the Hormuze, you gotta remember those whores moo out there, so the Hormuze Strait, not gay, and they're allowing non-hostile ships to pass through, which is good stuff. They claim that oil prices have dropped overnight because President Trump sent over that peace plan, which I don't know if that's true, but I didn't get gas today, so I don't know. Let me know what gas prices are today for you. They mentioned a month-long ceasefire to try and negotiate. They say in this video 2,000 troops from the 82nd Airborne Division are being deployed to the Middle East. They don't necessarily say that they're going into Iran. They're just being deployed to the Middle East, so we'll see what that actually means. And then they just briefly mentioned that the UK gas prices have skyrocketed because of the war. And I just think it's pretty entertaining to have 2 countries go to war. You're not even involved in it, and you have to pay high gas prices. I think that is very entertaining. Either way, like I said, record high wait times because of TSA shortages. It's coming up next, but first we're hopping in the chat. You guys got the robot strippers over here? See, I'm saying, you guys are missing out by not being on the website. Our chat is the best. Either way, reading through. Russell, I like the robot. You stay away from that robot, Russell. we don't need you making robot babies. Come on, man. Green eyes, very weird. I think it's weird. I don't know why they're doing it. Like I said, it seems like they're trying to normalize robots. Ghostly, fuck everything about this. Yeah, it's very strange. Colty, what are you talking about? What's up, oh hell? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Trickster? Happy freedom to you. What's up, 8-Bit? Happy freedom. Appreciate all of you hooligans sliding through. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. 8-Bit, I don't know what that word means. You think Iran will never want to get along? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I kind of think too. Pumpkin, we just got started. No worries. Scrolling. What's up, Tony Briz? Happy freedom to you. Faded AI is going to vaporize all of us skin sacks. Yeah, I think so. Thank you so much, 8-Bit. Hold on a second. Thank you so much, Colty, for the doll hair over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Colty, and you were the first dono today. Thank you so much for the support. It says, Happy Freedom Hooligans. I'm first. You were first today, Colty. Thank you so much. And I also give you a huge shout out to 8-Bit. Thank you so much, 8-Bit, for the doll hair over on Rumble. You're a badass. Thank you so much. It says, props to Oh Hell Good Peeps. That's right. Thank you, 8-Bit. Oh, and they were smoking Melania in the comments of that video. I don't know why. They make fun of Melania Trump in like the dumbest ways. They say very petty things about her just to try and take the lowest of jabs. Kevin, they want to normalize robots so one day a robot can tell everyone to take the mark of the beast. I wouldn't be surprised. There was a video I passed up on because it was a little bit too long, but they're talking about servers being replaced by robots. Either cashiers or people bringing you food. It's not going to be people anymore. It's going to be robots. I don't know. It makes me wonder what is... I don't want to refer to it as a low-level job, but like entry-level jobs, if we replace them with robots, then where is people going to start, right? When you got teenagers and shit and they turn 16, 17, usually they start joining the workforce. If we are replacing those workers with robots, what are 16, 17, 18-year-olds going to do? Because they don't have a degree, so like, what are they going to do? Everybody's going to be working in a damn factory. That's what's going to happen. What's up, Glass? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, MU? Happy Freedom to you. Colty, is there drama going on? Pumpkin, I don't think I'm a robot. I don't think you're a robot. It's a wrench. Happy Freedom to you. Colty, probably a bunch of bots in the comments. Yeah. They were saying stuff like, I can't tell which one's the robot. And like, yeah, all right. Like that's what I'm saying. It's the lowest level of trolling going on just for the sake of getting at Melania Trump. Southern Eagleman, as long as they don't spit in the food. you got oil and lubricant in your food. You're like, these damn robots. I see, Colty. I was wondering. Boosted Flames, I don't understand what you're asking. What's up, Winks? Happy Freedom. You're in contact with the 3-Eye Atlas? It's been a while since I heard about that. Everybody was so certain something was going to happen, and then it just disappeared. And people stopped talking about it. What's up, Canna? Happy Freedom. What's up, WT? Happy Freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy Freedom. What's up, Daydream? Happy Freedom to you. Welcome back to the live. Random Guy. That's your name. I see. They're going to be asking for a tip. Yeah, I'm not tipping robots. I'm just not doing that. Not at all. Russell, I'm not a robot. I wish I was a robot. I'd be more efficient. And I wouldn't have to sleep. And I wouldn't have to feel stress. I wish I was a robot. And my legs would function properly. And I can't even blame the spiders anymore. It's a hard life. It's a real hard life. Either way, move forward here. Like I said, TSA reports record high airport wait times, talking about 40 to 50% call out rate of the TSA workers because they're not getting paid. They're expected to work for free, but you know the politicians at Capitol Hill, they're getting paid, and that doesn't make any sense to me. It's their fault that we're in a partial shutdown. This is the Democrats' fault. Either way, hit that like button and let's get into this.
TSA is reporting the highest ever wait times in TSA history. Acting Administrator McNeil testified today that the call-out rate among TSA officers at some major airports has been 40 to 50%. For context, the call-out rate is typically around 4%. She says TSA is experiencing the highest wait times in TSA history, with some greater than 4.5 hours. And some smaller airports may even need to close if this shutdown continues. There's been a lot of movement on Capitol Hill this week to end the DHS shutdown. Republicans agreed to fund everything at DHS except for ICE. However, that deal has begun to fall apart. Some conservatives see this bill as a way to defund ICE, which they do not want. And Democrats want even more reforms to ICE in order to agree to the deal. The goal had been to end the shutdown before the Senate leaves for its 2-week Easter recess. But that's supposed to start at the end of this week, so it's a very tight timeline. I'm Kate Martell, and I write the Hill's 1230 Report newsletter. For more of today.
Okay. So they got ICE in the airports filling in for TSA. Democrats don't like that. And that itself is kind of funny because the reason they're not funding DHS is because they hate ICE and they want to change the way ICE operates and all this, that, and the other. And so the first people, or it seems like the majority of the people being hurt right now is TSA. They're the first ones to go down, it seems. And they're being replaced by ICE. And it's like, well, if you guys don't like that, then you should probably fund ICE. It's so stupid. They're so stupid, but it's all done by design, you know. They just play stupid. They know what they're doing. Either way, they're saying the longest TSA wait times in history could be up to 4.5 hours of wait time. Mentioned some airports may even close because of all of this. Talks about the Senate leaving for 2 weeks for Easter recess, and that begins at the end of this week. So not only are they still getting paid and they're causing problems, causing people like TSA workers to not get paid, but they're about to go on vacation for the next 2 weeks. Well, good for them. Next up, Mike Johnson blaming Dems for the illegal border crosser who shot that American student. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this whole situation with TSA. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom to you. Russell, damn Democrats? I know. Saw the regular Jeff says, spider person. I guess my relationship with spiders isn't as close as I thought it was. Damn Crohn's disease. Southern Eagleman. Jeff's only real in the voice chat on Friday, so if people want to meet him, they need to join the chat. That's right. I'm not going to be dying of hot sauce this time. We got to wait a couple weeks before we go back to that. Salt Ragu, yeah, I'd run. I'd be running from the sex spots. What's up, Butterfly? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, did peppers do this to you? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know what caused it. I don't know what's causing my legs to be all fucked up. It seems like things are getting better, but it's taken a very long time. So I don't know. I put dandelion root supplement capsules or whatever on my wish list because I guess it helps with inflammation and all of that. And you guys know I don't like taking medicine and stuff, so I try to find something more natural. Right now I'm taking turkey tail, lion's mane, vitamin B12, vitamin D3, a couple other things. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to eat better. I have been for a week now. I need to exercise more. I've been drinking baking soda water once a day. I'm trying to move up to twice a day to help fix my pH and all of that because I think I'm too acidic. And I think that's what's really causing it, is I think I'm too acidic and it's causing these wounds in my legs that I didn't even know I could develop because of Crohn's disease. I don't know. It's magic, I guess. But if it doesn't work, at least I'll be healthier. That's really all I can do. It's not a problem I can actually fix, I guess. Snugs. Well, I'm only holding off on the hot stuff until my legs get fixed, and then we're going back to eating Reapers. And then if the wounds appear again on my legs, then we'll have to make some real decisions. But you guys do not seem interested in the sour candy stuff, which is a real bummer because I really shouldn't be eating hot stuff right now. Ranch rub. I can't even read. Let me see if I can figure this out. Rub powdered deer wiener on it. Bambi Al Qaeda isn't going to be able to fix my problems. I know that right now. So the niggerman drinking wild turkey. Well, that's a little different. It's a little different. Pumpkin, it'll be okay. There's nothing I can do about it. Kevin, you tried smoking crack? No, I've never done any hard drugs. That's why I still look young. I've seen some 30-year-olds out there that look like 50-year-olds. I've seen 20-year-olds that look like 50-year-olds. I don't know what happened to these guys. I guess everybody but me tried hard drugs. But because I didn't smoke crack, now, you know, I got this bad stomach and it's eating my legs because the stomach bone is connected to the shin bone or some shit like that. I'm not a doctor. Watchman, lemon squeezed in your water helps with pH balance. Wouldn't that raise it because it's acid? Because I think the problem is I think I consume way too much sodium and too much sugar. I don't try to have a lot of sugar, but I eat so much food and food has sugar in it that I'm consuming too much sodium and sugar. So I'm trying to counter it with baking soda. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anything but taking pills. Magic Moon, stop eating peppers for a while, see how it works. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But we need to eat the hot peppers to fund the live. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it works. When is Easter? Is Easter going to be on 420 this year? That happens every once in a while. April 5th. So what? It's like right around the corner? It's not this upcoming Sunday. It's the Sunday after that. I did not realize. That means everything's going to be closed and I'm not going to be able to find shit on my day off. Cheers to you, Salty Ragu. Nah, Butterfly, we'll figure it out. No worries. Watchmen, I'll consider it. We'll see how it all turns out. What's up, CJ? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Plugster? Happy freedom to you. Thanks so much, CJ, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch for 40 months. You're officially a hooligan. What a badass. 40 months. Thank you so much. Holy. Guess who? Yeah, the 5th of April. I was unaware. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. Try worrying about all those energy drinks. Yeah, it could be the energy drinks. Eating holes in my legs. That's definitely got a lot of sugar in it. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom to you. If I can get you all ready. Larry, everybody on the site was worried about you. They were asking me about you the other day. What's up, Lee? Happy freedom to you. We got another TW in the chat? No, the other one's WT. What's up, TW? Happy freedom to you. Parabellum toxic waste candies are real hardcore sour. We got something. We got brain blasters. I think the rest of that is hot stuff. Yeah, we got brain blasters and then we got these. These are mega warheads. They're not the regular kind, I guess. I don't have any of the toxic waste stuff. It might be on the wish list though. Alright, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, Mike Johnson blaming Dems for illegal border crosser shooting of that American student. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you go post all of your memes over on Discord or jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. About these dusty Democrats ruining everything, peeing on the furniture. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
The Democrats, this is not your grandfather's Democrat Party. They have crazy policies, and now they have deadly, very tragic consequences. And you've heard this common theme this morning. We're talking about the latest victim. Sheridan Gorman was a beautiful 18-year-old freshman, as has been noted, at Loyola University, enjoying time with her friends out on the pier, looking at the northern lights, and now her family is mourning her tragic and totally unnecessary loss. It was a life tragically cut short. The masked assailant approached Sheridan while she was walking with her friends, and she ran away, and as you know, he shot her from the back, in the back. The monster who did this, Jose Medina, was an illegal alien with a criminal record. Why is that so relevant to us? Because it's Democrat policies that made this tragedy possible. He had no legal right to be in this country. And we know that Medina entered the United States illegally on May 9th, 2023. That's under the Biden administration with their wide open borders policy. We also know he was caught by Border Patrol and let into the country, released into the country, like millions of others. And thanks to the Democrats' open border policy, those are indisputable facts. But for that crazy set of policies, this young lady would still be alive. Weeks later, Medina was arrested in a major American city after they let him in, again, only to be released onto the streets of Chicago. Why? Because of crazy Democrat policies. He would later take the life of Sheridan Gorman. The irony of all this is that the system did not fail Sheridan. That worked exactly as the Democrats intended. You had Democrats in charge of the White House and in charge in the city of Chicago. Open borders policies, sanctuary cities policies. They coddled the criminal illegal alien. They empowered, they allowed this to happen, and that's why we're so angry about it. He was in the custody of law enforcement twice, and there were two chances to stop Sheridan's killer. But Democrats' open borders guaranteed their release, and their soft on crime sanctuary policies ensured his impunity, and that's why this happened. And Sheridan Gorman should still be with us, and her entire life still ahead of her, but it's the same fate that befell Laken Riley, too, and so many others. How many more times does this story have to be repeated? Everybody needs to be asking that question. Unfortunately, the Democrats' agenda was going to continue to come at the expense of American citizens, innocent American people.
All right. Mike Johnson there calling out the Dems. Now, there was a short video of Prickster over in Illinois blaming President Trump for this border crosser shooting this American student, even though this border crosser was arrested multiple times and he was cut loose every time. And then this happened, but somehow that's Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault that they got sanctuary policies over there. Either way, let's see. Dems causing Americans to be killed because of protecting and enabling illegals. Everyone's talking about the new case now. We heard it from Caroline Leavitt earlier when we covered the press briefing. We've been talking about it since Monday, and we might have actually been talking about it since Saturday. I didn't go back and check the schedule, but we've been talking about it for days now. The illegal is supposed to be showing up in court on Friday, but the last time we covered a follow-up on this story, they said he had tuberculosis, so we'll see if he actually shows up on Friday and see if we get a follow-up out of this. Next up, third No Kings protest planned. Protesters express frustration with the Iran war. Good for them. It's coming up next, but first we're going to jump into this video really quick that I just threw on the schedule because I remembered that it existed because of something I said right before we started the last video there. Yesterday, Ghostly was telling us about this girl being arrested or something. What is it? 31-year-old OF entrepreneur is facing 2 felony criminal mischief charges for urinating on antique furniture. So we're just going to hop into this really quick and then we'll jump in the chat. Just a second. Let me fix the audio. I forgot. I muted the page. There we go. Real news going on here. There we go.
A 31-year-old Pensacola woman is charged with 2 counts of felony criminal mischief. According to an arrest report, she damaged furniture in 2 Airbnb homes in downtown Pensacola. And that's raising serious questions as to rules, responsibility, and who ultimately pays the price in an incident like this.
Young lady inside making money in a very unusual way that damaged somebody else's property.
An arrest report says Keogh urinated on various pieces of furniture around the homes.
There's a list of items including a television, a record player, a coffee pot, some bedding, some carpeting, I believe, or a rug.
And more.
Yeah, we've seen damage to Airbnbs and hotel rooms before, but nothing like this.
According to court records, Keogh filmed herself urinating on the items and uploaded the videos to an adult content website. The Airbnb host told deputies every soiled item must now be replaced. Airbnb sent us a statement regarding the incident, reading in part, "This kind of behavior has no place on Airbnb. We've removed the guests from our platform and are continuing to assist the host with their reimbursement request through our air cover damage protection for hosts." Airbnb's terms of service explicitly state that homes are not to be used for sex work or commercial purposes.
Could you imagine have to put that in your like lease and shit? You cannot use this for sex work. Okay, all right. This is why you got to raise your kids right. You don't raise them right, they grow up to, pee on other people's furniture. You want to pee on your own furniture, that's your furniture. You pee in your house, that's your house. Don't go to other people's stuff and doing that. Jesus loves us. Ghostly tagged me in that, by the way, so if you don't like that, you let Ghostly know, okay? This is not my fault. I'm just doing the thing here. Next up, like I said, third No Kings protest from Crybabies. It's going to be happening on Saturday, and it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Mrs. PP Pants, as well as Mike Johnson blaming the Dems for that illegal that shot that American student. Salty Regu, that's what the cleanup fee is for. Yeah, but now the cleanup fee is going to be like $400. Guess I bet we can find it. I bet we can find it. Ren, she needs to be housebroken. That's what I mean. She wasn't raised right. Salty Regu, Chicago's dangerous? No one told me. I'm cooked. It's dangerous because you're there, Salty Regu. That's what it is. They don't know until they find out. Zero Human said the Democrats. They are the Democrats. Those Democrats. Guess the SAVE Act requires Real ID Act to be enforced. Real ID Act requires gender to be birth gender on ID. Now I know why they're fighting it. Yep, I think you're right. Guess sounds right. Those Democrats. Ghostly, don't get pissed. That's right. What's up, Screaming Eagle? Happy freedom to you. Sly Dog. Happy freedom to you. Sly Dog says, occupation, furniture pisser. You're hired. Just throw it on the resume. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kane? Happy freedom to you. Pumpkin, shame on her. Bad girl. I know. Gotta put her back in the kennel and stuff. She's out here peeing on the furniture. She'll be chewing on the shoes next. Elder Zoomer, she needs to be put on a list. Yeah, I think if it was a dude doing it, he'd probably be considered a sex offender. I don't know. Woman privilege. What's up, Doss? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Neurodivergent? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Salty Grower? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us today. Just in time for the Mrs. PP news. It's good stuff. We just break out the good stuff when you're here. Kane, Rumblebot didn't like my prayer request. What did it say? Sounds like an intense dream, but maybe keep it a bit more PG. What did you say? What did you say? What exactly did you ask for? Hold on, I'll have to go back and read through it. Kane, praise Sydney Sweeney, smothers me to death with her endowedness. Is that bad? Sounds like an intense dream, but maybe keep it a bit more PG. Rumblebutt, you soft. You soft. You did nothing wrong, Kane. You did nothing wrong. Soft ass Rumblebutt. CJ, what wounds do you have on your legs? Well, let me show you. I know everybody's tired of seeing it, but I'm not tired of showing off my problems. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Yeah. click this. Now this isn't from today, but this is the holes in my legs. And I actually got 3 of them. There's one on the left side of the left leg there. You can see it's all red, but that's what it looks like. And it's fucked up, and my feet and my legs and my ankles and everything is swollen, and it makes it so I can't hardly walk. And when I put my shoes on, it squeezes the fuck out of my feet, and I think I overextended my right ankle because of that. So now it's even harder for me to walk because it feels like I sprained my right ankle. More problems every day. I don't even leave the house. I don't even understand how I have all these problems. Guess who? But Motel 6 reached out for her sponsorship. I wouldn't be surprised if you know what I'm really surprised of is all these nasty girls out here who go out and make millions of doll hairs on the internet. Why don't they buy their own hotel or build their own hotel? I'm giving away free game. That's what I'm doing. If I was one of these nasty sleuths out here, I'd buy a hotel and I'd offer for other nasty sleuths to rent out the rooms of the hotel to make their nasty little videos and stuff. And that way they don't have to bother anybody else. And I can charge top dollar because I know they can afford it. Why didn't God make me a nasty sleuth? Instead I'm a man. I have to actually serve a purpose. It's fucking bullshit. Anyways, reading through. Maybe she identified as a cat. Is the homeowner's fault they had no litter box. That's right, guess who? That's right. They didn't respect her pronouns, and now she had to pee on their furniture, you know? What's up, Sapphire Patriot? Happy freedom to you. The fee is always $400 hairs plus. That's too much. That's too much. But if they're going to be peeing on stuff, I mean, I guess. What's up, Steven? Happy freedom to you. Larry, how's it going on your car? Well, we raised enough funding to buy the parts and stuff, but I actually don't have enough money to buy the parts. So I have to wait the 30 days because everybody sent donations through Rumble, and it takes 30 days for donations to come through these platforms. So I'm waiting for the money to hit my account so I can order spark plugs and stuff. I did use the code reader, and I'm not even seeing codes for spark plugs, but I don't know what else it could be. Sapphire Patriot. I already went to the doctor and stuff. There's nothing I can do about my legs. They're saying that my legs look like that because of Crohn's disease. I don't know. It literally says there isn't shit you can do about it. Like, it's just part of the song and dance, I guess. I've known that I've had Crohn's disease since I was 23, and I'm 37 now. I don't know. Never really. I experienced this one other time, but I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It's fucking bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. And there's no cure to it, so I'm just going to have to eat shit. And that's what I do with most of my problems, unfortunately. What's up, Happy Canadian? Happy freedom to you. Agent No Fuel Pump? It could be the fuel pump. Larry, no code for spark plugs unless it's a misfire. Well, that's the problem, is the car is misfiring. It's chugging, and today it was doing it really bad. Solid Ragu, how much is a motel? I don't know. It depends where you're at. Green Eyes, then you're a pimp. No, management. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. Guess I'm an Air P&P. That's right. That's what I'm saying. Real entrepreneurship going on here. Solid Ragu, time for amputation. We need Russell to get the K-bar. So Nooks, I need a massage. I do. I need a massage and a vacation. Yeah, I guess I don't know where to get it. I might have to just go to Home Depot, Tractor Supply, and get it. Oh, that would be badass, Watchman. Well, thank you. Metal, your Subaru needs a new Subaru. Yeah. It does. Major ignition coils. I think if it was the ignition coils, it would throw a code. But I don't know. And I can't take it to the damn shop because the mechanics here are brain dead. Pumpkin, it'll get better today. Hey, Google. How many days has it been since December 1st? Okay. It's been 114 days that I've been waiting for things to get better. So I will let you guys know. Major, no, it's not throwing any codes, but it's chugging like a train. Something's wrong. What's up, Canuck? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sanja's Library? Happy freedom to you. Steroids might help. They got me using some sort of cream and they got me on some sort of medicine. Both are anti-inflammatory, something or other. I run out of medicine tomorrow. I'm supposed to use the cream until Friday. And like I said, there isn't really a cure for whatever I'm experiencing. It's called life. And it's hard. What's up, Low Ender? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Larry, I don't have that kind of tool. Ghostly, the cream's for your leg, not your wiener. Listen, Ghostly, I paid $35 for that cream, and I will use it for whatever I want. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, next up, the third No Kings protest planned. Protesters express frustration with the Iran war. Protesters be frustrated about just about everything, so that's okay. This video is actually here in Michigan, somewhere near Kalamazoo, which makes it even more entertaining for me. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
A third No Kings protest is planned for Saturday. The demonstrations call out recent actions taken by the Trump administration on everything from tariffs and ICE occupation to the war with Iran. News Channel 3's Carter Landis has more on what to expect.
No Kings protests have taken place across the country since President Trump's second term in the White House. Protesters argue the president is overstepping his congressional boundaries, operating more like a king or a dictator than a president. And this Saturday, March 28th, will mark a third round of the nationwide protests.
This unprecedented power grab that really aims at destroying everything it comes in contact with.
Protesters are speaking out against the United States' current conflict with Iran, as well as ICE occupation of major cities like Minneapolis. Organizers say they will make their demands of the administration more clear while protesting this weekend.
What's happening with Iran is not strategy, it's recklessness, it's chaos, it's leaders playing with human lives like they're disposable.
Indivisible of Greater Kalamazoo has announced there will be a demonstration on Drake Road like last June. Protesters are encouraged to remain peaceful as punishments for resisting and obstructing can range from civil infractions to years in prison. In Kalamazoo, Carter Landis, News Channel 3.
And we did reach out to several Republican leaders today, including state and U.S. lawmakers and the Kalamazoo County Republican Party, but have yet to receive an official statement on these protests. Once we receive it, we'll be sure to update our story online at wwmt.com.
Okay. Protesters real mad, so they're going to bother everybody in the public, as if everybody doesn't already know that they're a bunch of mad people. It's not going to do anything. I wonder if those people would be out at the Ludington Courthouse protesting again. I think that might have been the last time we went live outside, do a in-person live, go cover the dusty-ass protesters in Ludington. It looked like an old folks parade. We might do that on Saturday. I don't know. The thing is, we can only do one or the other. We could do coffee with hooligans, or we can go and visit the protesters in person. We can't do both. I don't have time for both. So we'll see. We'll see what Saturday brings. Man. Oh yeah, I didn't think about saying that out loud, saying the Google stuff. Yeah, everybody's talking boxes start responding. What's up, my feed? What's up, Bulky? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Who are you talking about, my feed? You talking about Iran? Yeah, they're awful over there. What's up, Angry God? Happy freedom to you. Trickster, we should hold counter protests. See, the counter protests really died down after J6. You don't see a lot of conservatives protesting anymore after that. They were already getting roughed up. Anytime conservatives went out there to protest or do a Second Amendment audit or free speech audit or anything, they would be getting roughed up. The police would show up asking for permits. You got to stand on the sidewalk. You can only have so many people. You can't be too loud. Can't have obscene messages. I mean, it just go on and on and on, limiting what they're able to do. But if Democrats go out there and start protesting, they can literally be naked and pissing in the streets and have "fuck you" wrote across a sign, and children present while it's happening, dudes in dresses doing cartwheels with no unders on, and that's just totally fine. They can stand in the street and start fires while they're doing it and block traffic with vehicles, and it's just A-okay. And then J6 happened, and then conservatives just basically gave up on counter-protesting. DOS. Well, thank you for the suggestions. I will make a note really quick. Appreciate you, DOS. Thank you. Kane, are they at least treating the Crohn's? No. I was on medicine for Crohn's disease, but it makes me throw up blood, like a lot of blood. And I can't stand up. I basically cannot stand erect, or it feels like my stomach is tearing, and it's not good. And I told the doctor about it when I was on the medicine for a long time, and they were like, well, just double up. Just take twice as much. I was like, I think I'll die if I do that. And they were like, well, it's better than having stomach problems. I'm like, yeah, but no. And so I stopped taking it, started eating better, and then stopped having symptoms of Crohn's disease until my legs started eating themselves. And so here we are. Hello, Ender. Let's go protest the mad people being mad. I mean, we have the right to do that. Plugster, he's not a king, but if you don't hold elections for 47 years, that's okay. That's right. Happy Canadian live stream anchor style. Yeah. Obnoxious guy. I'm just waiting for money to come through. I just got to figure it out. I can't take you to the shop because they just waste my money. But happy freedom to you, Obnoxious Scott. Because that's the thing, is like they can't... I'm not trying to make the live about all my problems. I just got so many problems that it happens. They can't fix my stomach. They can't fix my legs. They don't know what's wrong with my car. It is a hard life. I'm glad Klaus is doing well because I really can't handle any more problems. Either way, moving forward here. Next up, we got our midlife break. Let's get this pulled up real quick, like.
Y'all see it?
I remember. Now, like I said, this is our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Russell, and it's titled King Marsh.
Y'all see this white fluffy turd right here? This is Marshmallow. I picked him up out of a bush one summer, walking into the gym. It was 100 degrees outside. As I walked by the bush, I heard meow, meow, meow. So I walked over to the bush, and there was this little raggedy, dirty kitten. I picked him up out of the bush, and I was like, I don't like cats, but this one would die without me. So I took him home, and I have been his slave ever since. I was just now in the bathroom taking my shower, and for the 15 minutes that I was in the shower, he was beating on my bathroom door. Meow, meow, meow. I got out the shower, opened the bathroom door. He's standing there. He just looks at me. He goes, meow. Leads me into the room where his food bowl's at. Meow. Which means, feed me, peasant. And even though he has had 5 fresh bowls of dry kibble today, he wanted more. And I gave it to him. Because he's the king. And I'm just here to serve him. Ain't that right? King Marsh. Y'all see this white fluffy turd right?
King Marsh. Yes. Getting back into the news here. Next up we have Meta and Google found liable in social media addiction trial. I think this is really entertaining. Plus, I think we might actually have a case, and I could prove it because we have all the videos of me being upset after getting strikes and then getting demonetized on YouTube. Now we're remonetized, but it took 2 years. We might have a case. It's coming up next, but first, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that we need to make more hooligans. We're trying to hit 100 official hooligans over on Rumble. We need 100 subs. Right now, we are 20 away from hitting 100, which is hitting our goal. And if we do hit our goal, we're going to eat mega warheads. Somebody said I got to eat 4 yellow ones. That's what we're going to do, because right now I can't eat hot stuff because I have problems and I just fucking can't take any more problems. But we are going to be eating mega warhead sour candy to celebrate if we can hit our goal. Like I said, we are 20 hooligans away from hitting 100 subs over on Rumble. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up real quick. Oh, just a moment here. Oh, actually, I think... do the thing, YouTube. Jesus loves us. Just a second before I forget. I want to give a huge shout out to Colty. Thank you so much, Colty, for the $5 over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Colty. Thank you so much. Says, thank you, Jeff, and I'm terribly sorry that there was confusion. Thank you for all your patience. You're the shit, bro. Thank you, Colty. I appreciate you, and I'm sorry you guys had some drama going on over at that other live. Let me see. Thank you so much, Get Some, for the $10 over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Get Some. Thank you so much for the support. It says, to help you stand erect. Thank you so much, Get Some. I appreciate you, hooligans. You guys are badass. Like I said, getting into this next one, this is starting without me actually clicking on it. Once again, this is titled Meta and Google found liable in social media addiction trial, and I'm trying to sue them next. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
Meta and Google, the parent company of YouTube, were found liable for harming a woman's mental health due to addictive design features, a California jury found in a landmark decision on Wednesday, just one day after a jury in New Mexico ordered the Facebook parent company to pay $375 million for enabling child exploitation and misleading the users about safety features. Meta and Google are liable to pay $3 million in damages to the plaintiff, only identified as a 20-year-old woman named KGM, who said she became addicted to the two companies' apps due to addictive features. Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, was ordered to pay out 70% of the damages, while YouTube was ordered to pay the remaining 30%, the Wall Street Journal reported. The lawsuit also named TikTok and Snap, the parent company of Snapchat, as defendants, but both companies settled out of court for undisclosed sums. Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg and Instagram chief Adam Mosseri both testified at the trial, where Zuckerberg insisted the company was, quote, building this thing to be a good thing that has value in people's lives, Courthouse News reported in February. In a statement to Forbes, a Meta spokesperson said, quote, we respectfully disagree with the verdict and are evaluating our legal options. In a separate statement, Google spokesperson Jose Castaneda said the company disagrees with the verdict and plans to appeal, adding, quote, this case misunderstands YouTube, which is a responsibly built streaming platform, not a social media site. For more on the story, check out the article at the link in the description.
All right, like I said, we're trying to sue them next because I got emotional distress. I might be addicted. I'm here every day. I don't know. I think we can win the lawsuit. Obnoxious Scott, thank you so much for the PayPal. You are a badass. Thank you so much for the support. You're amazing. Thank you so much, Obnoxious Scott. Holy, I was not expecting that. You're fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, hooligans. Let me see. Like they were saying in the video, Meta and Google paying $3 million to a 20-year-old woman who's never going to have to work. And at 20 years old, I doubt she ever did work a day in her life. Now, she sued them for addictive features, harming her mental health. I can feel my mental health right now. I can feel it right now. We need to start this lawsuit. Now, they're saying that Snapchat and TikTok were also a part of the case, but they settled by paying an unknown lump sum to this woman. So she's already received money outside of the $3 million that is now going to be paid on top of it. So she got an unknown lump sum from Snapchat and TikTok. Google and Meta is going to pay her $3 million on top of it. Google's saying that they are going to appeal because YouTube is not considered social media. But I don't know if they're going to win that whole nonsense. They're like, it's just live streaming. Yeah, with comments, replies, posts. Nah, I think that's going to be considered social media. And like I said, we should sue YouTube for harming my mental health, for giving me strikes, for covering lives because that they didn't like when we were covering the hearings of election fraud. Those were official government hearings that we were holding or we were covering, and I was receiving strikes for it. That was causing me problems because it directly affects my business and my livelihood. And then they demonetized me, again, hurting my business, hurting my mental health, using baseless claims. So let's get a lawsuit rolling. I could use $3 million hairs. Fuck YouTube and Google and all them all day. You know, I'm just saying. We need an attorney. That's what we need. We need multiple attorneys, really. I got lots of problems. Anyways, moving forward here, Congress considers bipartisan bill that would ban sports betting on prediction markets. Now, they're not just talking about regular sports betting. They're talking about Polymarket and platforms like that where you can, they're calling it predictive betting. So back when the election was happening, when we were voting Trump in and all of that, before the election happened, they had the debates. Polymarket was doing numbers for the debates. People were betting on all kinds of stuff, how things were going to go one way or another, stuff like that. Now they're trying to regulate it. The government's eyeballing it. And they're going to be talking about how they think politicians and athletes are already using Polymarket because they got insider information. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Meta and Google having to pay after being found liable for social media addiction. I think all of us got social media addiction, and we should just go in together on this. Russell, I'm not reading that out loud. Holy. Zero, Polymarket and Kalshi. Yeah, I've never heard of that Kalshi stuff. I've only heard of Polymarket. Salt Ragu, Jeff's addiction made him bald. That's right. That's right. And all my evidence is live. Snooks, I love that they lost, but I don't think it'll stick. Two companies have already paid. Google's trying to get out of it. Meta's going to pay too. So I don't know. It sounds like it's already stuck. If I go and sue, it's not going to stick, though. They're going to slap me in the face and tell me to stop being a little girl, and then that's all that's going to happen. Wrench, can I sue for if I got addicted to porn while watching it on Google? I think so. I think so. And if your feelings are hurt, then you get double. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Zero, if I remember the day you got demonetized April 1st, too. No, my identity was stolen on April 1st. I'll never forget that. That was the worst day ever. I can't remember what day I was demonetized. I know there's a video about it, and it marks the date. Obnoxious Scott. Yeah, I think so. I think it will be enough. Thank you so much, Obnoxious Scott. I really appreciate you. And I'm going to say about the fuel pump on the Subaru, because that's the only thing I haven't really checked. I've been looking at ignition coils, spark plugs. Oh, not ignition coils. A coil pack, spark plugs, spark plug wires, fuel injectors to try and figure out where the chugging is. But if the fuel pump was going, I don't think it would throw engine codes. And that definitely could be what's happening because I have emissions leak codes. I actually have 2 emission leaks codes, and nobody will look at it because they think it's a pinhole in the line and shit. But you can smell gas, very much so if you're anywhere near the car, and now it's chugging. So I don't know if I got a hole in the line, a hole in the tank, something like that, because nobody will actually look at it. But now I should be able to afford to go to Muskegon or something like that and have somebody in a bigger city where they got competition and a reason to be a decent mechanic go out there and see if they can look at it. At very worst, I could go to Subaru and have them look at it, but not have them work on it, because going to the dealership and having them work on my car is a nightmare. It is a nightmare, but it's like $90 to have them analyze it, and I think now I can afford to make that happen. So hopefully we can get the car running again, because that would be fantastic. It's just J Spray, bald, blind, and hairy palms. That's right. Google owes us. Guess Google owes me a new monitor at minimum. That's right. Salty Ragu, try changing the bumper sticker. No way. That adds 10 horsepower to it. I need more lesbian stickers for my Subaru. J Spray, a weak pump. I've never had a girl say that about me before in my life. Angry God, you got Crohn's and a Subaru. You're fucked. I know. What's up, Toasty? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us today. Trickster fuel filter. I actually just had the fuel filter replaced. Let me see. Whenever the last time they... Actually, I think when we did the transmission and stuff, they replaced the fuel filter. But I'll look into that too. What's up, Danon? Happy freedom to you. I wonder how many other people are going to start suing social media now that this was successful. Danon, I'm a 20-year-old girl. Well, maybe Google owes you $3 million. It's a good possibility. Bulky opens the door for more lawsuits, possibly class action. Yeah. Bill Clay, I'm addicted too. Give me $3 million. That's what I'm saying. I think all of us here are addicted. Pretty sure. Danon, don't go to a dealership. It charges more than an independent. I know, but I've gone to like 3 different independent mechanics and nobody knows what's wrong with it. Metal oil filter was changed October. I get the oil changed regularly because it's a Subaru. Guess who? We're suing for Rita addiction. That's right. YouTube's gonna have to pay on the behalf of Rita though. Fluxer, no, it's not a catalytic converter. I've had the catalytic converter replaced. Be a blessing. It would throw a code if that was the issue. What's up, Mass? Happy freedom. Mass, I don't know. I can't seem to stop watching Jeff Mack. I'm not paying it. It's YouTube's fault. It all comes back to YouTube. It's YouTube's fault. Boost of Flames, Ghost Ride the Whip. I know. I'm waiting to see if Bambi Al-Qaeda strikes again. What's up, Savage Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Seems like a class action is in order. I think you're right. Larry fuel filter. Could be. Be a blessing. Your Ultima didn't. Yeah, the Subaru throws codes for everything. It has some smart thing in it. So every time I start the car, it does a full evaluation of all the hardware in the car. And then it tries to tune the vehicle to run optimized based on how all components are functioning at the time of starting the vehicle. And so if I like reset the codes, which I did the other day because I got a code reader, the car runs really low, like it idles really low and runs kind of weird for 3 or 4 startups, and then all of a sudden it starts acting normal again. The car thinks it's really smart, but it can't tell me what's wrong with it. It's about as smart as Klaus. Obnoxious Scott, if you haven't left the house in that long, how do you know the effectiveness of your pump? I can't even get girls to talk to me. I have no idea. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, Congress considers bipartisan bill that would ban sports betting on prediction markets. Now, I wonder how they came up with that name, prediction markets. Sounds real sophisticated until you read what you're betting on. Anyways, hit that like button and let's get into this.
I'm Matt Gelka in Washington, where some members of Congress say that popular predictive market apps are no different than sports betting apps, and they think that the feds need to step in. Prediction market apps like Kalshi and Polymarket make it so Americans can seemingly bet on anything and everything, from sports to politics, and even military action like the war in Iran. The popular platforms have caught the attention of Congress with 2 different bipartisan bills. In the Senate, California Democrat Adam Schiff and Utah Republican John Curtis want to ban prediction markets from offering sporting events with their Prediction Markets Are Gambling Act.
We're not banning sports betting. We're just simply putting it in the right places to be regulated. And one of those places is in the state. And as you alluded to, Utah does not allow gambling in any form. So it's one of the things that's real important to me is that we don't take this control away from Utah.
Prediction markets have evaded state gambling regulations thanks to the Federal Commodity Futures Trading Commission and the legal argument that users are buying event contracts as opposed to sports betting. Polymarket recently announced a partnership with Major League Baseball, drawing more wrath from members of Congress. This time, New York Democrat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez chimed in to say pervasive gambling is not good for society. It turns life into a casino, traps people in addiction and debt, surges domestic violence, and fosters manipulation. Another bipartisan bill would prevent members of Congress, the president, and members of the executive branch from participating in prediction markets that have to do with politics. Reports showed new accounts on the platforms making hundreds of thousands of dollars tied to perfect timing of the Iran military strikes, sparking questions about insider trading.
When it is completely unregulated like this, you could have, vast amounts of insider trading, people who have particular insights either because they're government officials or because they're the athletes themselves.
Kalshi announced this week they would preemptively block politicians and athletes from betting on their own campaigns and sporting events. Polymarket also said they'd be clamping down on insider trading, but some members of Congress say it's not enough, which is why they're pushing for federal legislation. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
Okay. Well, they want to regulate all that stuff, and that's real bad, and this, that, and the other. But they need to make it so pretty much all elected officials cannot participate in stock or trade of any sort, because it's all insider trading, and they all just act like it's okay. Now, I almost forgot, we got to cover President Trump live. He's not on stage yet. He was expected to be on stage 20 minutes ago or something like that. So I got this pulled up. We're not going to necessarily stop what we're doing waiting for President Trump. Sometimes he's like 2 hours late. So we're going to keep moving forward, but I'll keep my eye on things, and when President Trump gets on stage, we'll go ahead and give him priority. Let me see where we're at here. Government trying to regulate prediction market apps like Polymarket. They mentioned possible insider trading, including athletes and politicians. And like I said, I think politicians need to be banned from trading altogether. Now, I know there's funny stuff that could happen, like they could just have their sister or brother do the trading and all of that, but they need to regulate it one way or another, because they make a lot of decisions that dictate the fallout that we see in our country, and they make bets and they invest money based on those decisions. So either way, let me fix the volume here. That video was super quiet. Anyways, next up, prosecutors charged a second person in acid attack on Long Island college student. This girl was hit in the face. I think it was in 2021. She was hit in the face with sulfuric acid as part of an attack on her. It disfigured her whole face. And they just arrested a second person. And the second person happens to be her ex-boyfriend. And they think that he put the whole thing together. He put the whole plan into motion. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the government trying to regulate Polymarket and other apps like that. Snooks, yeah, I was just checking it. We can go ahead and put Right Side in the background. Why not? Let's throw this up here while we're reading through the chat. Zero F elected them and their whole family should not be allowed anywhere near trading, even second cousins, yeah. The problem is enforcing that. They would have to be able to dig in all of our business, because that means if any of us participate in trading, when we go to cash out, we'd have to go through an evaluation to prove that we're not somehow related to a politician, and that's where things get messy. But there needs to be some sort of law against it. Zero, regulate, meaning scam people out of money. Yeah, the government never is going to limit themselves. Go say, I think ads should be outlawed. I think certain ads could be outlawed, but without certain advertisements, we wouldn't know what's going on. That's like, because that's the purpose of advertisements, is to show that something new is happening. But there's like a difference between raising awareness and being like intrusive and stuff like that. That's why I mean, like some ads are like too much. Zero, I tried Kalshi. Indiana has it banned already. Interesting. There's some gambling thing here. I can't remember what it's called. It's an online gambling thing. It's not. I don't think it's It might be DraftKings. I can't remember what it's called. But I even get advertisement for it in my mailbox. I'll get like letters in the mail saying to download this app and do online gambling and stuff. I'm like, nah. I have terrible luck. What's the point of gambling? All I do is lose these doll hairs. Jay Spray, worry about all the. Let's see. Worry about what people gamble on when you stop insider trading. Yeah, exactly. They're worried about the wrong thing. Zero, opinions market, not prediction. Yeah, they are opinions. Ghostly, gambling ads. Yeah, they should ban gambling ads. They banned smoking ads. I want to say alcohol ads, but we've seen Budweiser commercials, so maybe that's not the case anymore. But I don't think they can advertise cigarettes anymore. They should ban gambling ads too. Oh, I appreciate that, Obnoxious Scott. I will have to take you up on that. I appreciate you, Scott. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bulky, for joining the membership program over on Rumble. And welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Bulky. Thank you so much. Badass. Brand new hooligan. Sly Dog, when you set up an account, you have to disclose forms to fill out. Do you work for a broker? Do you, or anyone in your family, etc.? Interesting, Sly Dog. I didn't know that. Yeah, they need to stop the insider trading stuff. What's up, Boom? Happy freedom to you. Watchmen lurking and weeding. Is it nice out there? We actually have nice weather today. I think it's in the 50s. I mean, it kind of looks like it's going to rain, but as long as it ain't snow, I don't care. Colty, you owned your own shop in Arizona in 2017. That's what I would like to do. I'd like to own a bakery, a diner, a taco truck, and an auto shop. And there's a couple other things. Tattoo parlor. We're going to hire Salty Ragu and a couple others. But I would really like an auto shop. If I could get some doll hairs, I swear to God, I would spend the money on making the world a better place. Because there's so much things about life that sucks, and I would love to make life a little bit more convenient and easier for everybody. What's up, Sedan? Happy freedom to you. Sedan, when I was a kid, I wrote F-U, put it in a bottle and tossed it in the ocean. Can you imagine finding that message in the bottle? You're like, oh, what does it say? It just says F-U. Oh, that's the kind of fortune cookies I get. It's good stuff. Reading through, waiting on President Trump, but if he takes too long, we'll move forward. We still got, actually, we got one more piece of news, then we got lefties losing it. So, like I said, if he takes too much longer, we'll wrap up this little bit of the news. Kane, yeah, we want the shit rigged like the regular market. Can't have a bunch of poor people making bank. Yeah. Well, and that's what they did with the stock market. They went and made a bunch of money, and then they passed a bunch of laws for day trading and stuff like that, making it so nobody else could make money the same way that they did. What'd they do? They just call it? Hold on. Why did Right Side Broadcasting just end their live feed? Hold on a second. We're going to rewind this and we're going to see what they say. Because that's weird. That shouldn't have happened like that. Hold on a second. Hold on, I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. There we go.
Let Not Your Heart Be Troubled. We will have it uploaded later on tonight as the White House is currently not feeding this image of the president speaking at this annual fundraising dinner with the NRCC, but Let Not Your Heart Be Troubled. We will have it uploaded later on tonight as we bid you adieu on a gorgeous evening in the federal city. As I love to see the monument.
Okay. I've been saying since Trump came back that whoever runs the live and the audio feeds and all that stuff, they suck. They suck. I don't know if they got toddlers doing it or DEI hires. I don't know what the hell is going on. They got cats running it. Something's going on. They are welcome to hire me and pay me top dollar to do a professional job, because my goodness, it is a shit show over there when it comes to live streams and their microphones and all of that. Anyways, so I guess we're not going to be covering President Trump live, which is, you know, that's fine. Just go ahead and take that right off the schedule there. That's okay. We're going to read through a little bit more. Next up, like I said, prosecutors charge a second person in this acid attack on this Long Island college student who was permanently disfigured from the attack. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Somebody is burning shit in their house. And if I can smell it, it's bad. 10 man, the White House shit on right side. I thought they were in better communications than that, but I guess not. Real America Voice is showing it. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Oh, actually, I guess The Hill is showing it.
The only one that fights.
Why? How come Rice said can't? I don't understand. Whatever.
The Democrat leaders.
Is this live? Okay. So this is President Trump live doing the thing. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but let's cover President Trump. Hit that like button. Share this out.
We have to get proof of citizenship. It's so important. One of the most important things we can do. So I want to thank House Majority Leader, a brave guy. Oh, boy, I was with him that night where he wasn't supposed to make it, Steve Scalise. He's great. What a strong guy. Where are you, Steve? We love Steve. Ah, there he is. We love Steve. What a thing he went through. And then he went through another battle, too, and he's a tough cookie. He outlasted it all. I was with his wife, his family that night, that horrible night. And the doctor told me, very, very small chance. And here he is. I actually think he's a better looking man now than he was a few years ago. I actually think he's better looking. I don't know what the hell he did. I think he had the greatest doctors in history. He's a better looking man now. Also, another great looking guy. He was born good looking, and he's got an even better looking wife. His wife is a winner. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer. Where's Tom? Where's Tom? Hello, Tom. He's great. Great guy. Conference Chair, Lisa McLean. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Don. NRCC Chairman Richard Hudson, who does such a good job all the time. All the time. Deputy Chairman of the NRCC, a guy who worked for me for 6 years. And when they said, we want to take him, could we share him? Then I knew he was good. And then his congressional seat came up in Georgia where he lived, and he said, sir, my dream is to be a congressman. Would it be okay if I ran? I said, no, I don't want you to run. I want you to stay with me. Please stay with me. He said, please. I said, all right, I'll let you run. Brian Jack, he's done so great. Brian Jack. It's always a tough name to have somebody. You ever have the names Brian, Jack? You know, I call them the two first names. You have two first names? People would say, you know, that guy Jack Bryan is fantastic. I said, who the hell is Jack Bryan? I had that the other day. He was telling me what a great guy Jack Bryan is. I say, who is he? He's a congressman. I said, listen, I know the congressman. There's nobody named Jack Bryan. But he was talking about Brian Jack. Brian, you're a tremendous guy. Really understands, loves politics, loves being a congressman. And dozens of Republican warriors in the House. You're incredible people, and you are warriors, and you have to take a lot of fake news like I do. We take so much fake news. You know, if you listen to the news, you think we're losing a war in Iran where we're decimating the other side. I mean, the better ones have us doing okay. We are decimating. They've got no Navy. They've got no anything. The whole thing is, and then you watch the news. I said, oh, I thought we were doing better than that. The fake news really has to change because people, you know, when you can win an election with 94% negative stories and you win it in a landslide, there's something wrong with the news because it shouldn't be happening. And, you know, they used to have 96% approval rating. They just edged out at 14. I'm extremely proud of that, actually. I've exposed them for being fake news. And we are going to hopefully change that because I think you really need great news to be great, and they are not great, and they're not leading us to greatness, but we are going to lead us to greatness. We're also joined tonight by many of our terrific MAGA majority candidates, a group of new candidates from across the country who will help grow our margin in the House, including Jay Feely, great football player, Kevin Lincoln, Joe Mitchell, Lori Buckhout. Hi, Lori. Mike LaPetri. Tano Tijerina and Eric Flores, all new and all leading and all going to win big. Thank you very much. Welcome to a group of outstanding people. And let's get them all. You know what? We have to get them across the finish line. We've raised more money than we ever have, and we're raising a lot more. You know, I did something I haven't done this as a candidate. I saw the great job that Mike had done, and they had raised a lot of money for the evening. And the greatest thing about being president is you don't have to make contributions, you know? Nobody ever asks you for money. They want your endorsement, but they don't want... Nobody ever asks for money. It's great. I said, it's the only thing where I save money in this business. Nobody ever asked, but I saw Mike the other night. I did something that I never do. And I don't do this bragging. I do it because it's fun to talk about. He was close to raising $20 million. And I said, I'll give you $1 million so you hit your mark. I gave him $1 million. I never do that in politics. I never do it. But I do it for him, and we're going to do a lot more, by the way. I'm going to do a lot more. We've already raised a lot of money, but I'm doing a lot more because we got to win. Our country's at stake, really. Our country's at stake. These people are crazy that we're dealing with. The State of the Union speech. You don't mind if I go off this crazy teleprompter a little bit? You know, it's boring when you do the teleprompter thing. Well, it's very boring. But no, we had the State of the Union speech the other night. I announced all these heroes, and I announced women that have gone through tragedy, like the incredible woman who lost her daughter to a maniac when he slashed her from behind, right? And I say, please, please, say hello. And she stands up devastated. And the Democrats are sitting like dead people, like dead. No movement, no heart, no anything. Then I announced a Congressional Medal of Honor being bestowed on the captain, a helicopter pilot who helped us win in Venezuela by landing a helicopter when his leg was practically shot off, with blood pouring down. You know, they land the big Chinooks, a lot of people, a lot of great soldiers in that helicopter. And he was shot from underneath with machine gun fire. Leg was practically chopped out. And if you know about helicopters, you land the helicopters with your legs, and he had legs that were not in good shape. And he landed it. He was high up, and he was able to land it exactly where it was supposed to land. Without that, the mission would have been a failure, probably. Had to land exactly in that spot, exactly on time. And he got it, and then he said, okay, I'm going to pass out now. Take over. Can you imagine that? And we gave him the Congressional Medal of Honor, and the Democrats sat there without movement. Then we gave another Congressional Medal of Honor to a 100-year-old hero, 100 years, who was a legend in the military for what he had done. We gave him the Congressional Medal of Honor, 100 years old, and the Democrats sat there emotionless, no clapping, nobody standing. Republicans, you did very well. You were going wild for all of them. Now, at the end of the evening, they were clapping on everything I said because they were called in by people watching on television. Did you see they were passing around notes? And they were saying, you guys are being killed tonight. Start clapping. And they were clapping for everything. Everything I said, even good Republican things, they were clapping wildly. But it was too late. They have no heart. And now you see what they're doing. They're just creating chaos. They want to create chaos. It's all they're good at, creating chaos. They can't do policy, no good. But they're doing it for two reasons. Number one is they want to deflect from all of the tremendous success that we're having in this military operation. I won't use the word war because they say if you use the word war, that's maybe not a good thing to do. They don't like the word war because you're supposed to get approval. So I'll use the word military operation, which is really what it is. It's called a military decimation. But they don't like the good publicity. They don't like to see us succeed. They want to see our country fail. And also, what they really want is they want illegal immigrants to come in. Criminals, doesn't matter, because they want to get their votes. They think they're going to get their votes, and we're not going to let this happen. We're not going to let our country be destroyed by these people. So 16 months ago, with the help of many people in this room, we saved our country in the most important electoral victory in American history. Could be. Let me ask you, let's do a poll, fake poll. We'll do a real poll. We're tired of those fake polls. I get so many. Although I got one yesterday from CNN. What is the percentage of people in MAGA, which is most of the Republican Party, by the way, that support the president? The number was 100%. You believe it? In fact, he went wild. Harry, he went wild. It may be the last time he ever does the show, but these are okay. It was 100%. Even I was surprised at that. That was pretty good. But we won all 7 swing states by millions and millions of votes. We won the Electoral College by 312 to 226. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in many decades. And biggest of all is we won, that's where you see all red, except for the 2 little blue lines on the edge on the map. We won 86% of all counties in America, 2,700 to 525. That's pretty good. That's what they call a slaughter. And together, the Trump administration and our Republican majorities in Congress won a mandate from the American people. And every day since, we've been fighting to keep our promises and to, in the true sense, the greatest expression, the greatest motto, call it a logo, call it whatever you want, the greatest phrase in the history of politics, make America great again. It really is the greatest. It's the greatest. And we probably have to start, we'll never abandon that phrase, but we'll probably have to start changing, because when you say make America great again, that means it's not great now. We've made America great. We've rebuilt our military. You know, I rebuilt our military in the first term. I didn't think I'd use it this much, but we've used it, and there's no military like it anywhere in the world. We have the greatest military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. And with the help of our Republican warriors that are right before me in the House, we ended the illegal alien invasion of our country, passed the largest border security investment in history, and achieved the strongest and most secure border on record. I built 1,000 miles of wall, and without that wall, we could have never done what we did. And for 10 months in a row, this is outside, I mean, this is the facts. In fact, these numbers are given by people that they say are predominantly Democrat. They're the ones that make it up. For 10 months in a row, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States of America. Think of that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We've also accomplished the largest reduction in illegal drugs in history, in the history of our country. Think of that. With the flow, deadly fentanyl across our border is down by 61%. Think of that, 61, not good enough, but I'll tell you what, it's down 98% coming in by water. Do you notice that? And we're trying to find out who the 2% are because we think they may be the bravest people on earth. They are brave people by water. We had a lot of it coming in by water. And now, if you watch closely, you'll watch that same treatment being given to land being much easier than water. We did the water first. That forces them onto the land, and then we're going to do the land, and you'll be very happy about it. We've reduced drugs coming into this country by an astounding amount. Now the Democrats have shut down the Department of Homeland Security in an attempt to return to open borders where criminals come in from all over the world. From the Congo, they come. You know, the Congo opened its jails, released all of its prisoners into the United States of America through the totally open southern border, Sleepy Joe Biden border. The TSA agents have been hurt badly by the Democrats who made 3 different deals with us over the last short period of time, breaking the original one and then breaking the current ones because they don't want to settle. They want chaos. As I said, so there are great military triumphs against Iran can't be displayed on television because they're displaying airports. But I have to tell you, they did one thing that's been helpful. We decided to use our great patriots of ICE. These people are great. They have endured so much punishment, all because they want to get murderers, drug dealers, people who are totally mentally insane, many of the worst criminals in the world, get them out of our country. And in so doing, I sent ICE to the airports yesterday, and they have been so great. They have been so great. And you know what's happened? And they didn't need any rehabilitation, but they did in terms of the fake news. And they're doing such an unbelievable job at the airports that they had one line. It was 4 hours yesterday, and today was a half an hour. Big difference. And if we have to, we're going to send in the National Guard if we need to, because we only, we have 6,000 ICE agents, and we have 40,000 of the other people that they're helping out, some of who really were forced because the Democrats don't want to pay them. The Democrats don't want to pay them. You have to remember that. The radical left Democrats need to get DHS back and open immediately together. We're going to make with them, not the Democrats, because they've gone out of their way to make our country unsafe. And remember that, according to them, it's a war. They're doing this during a war. They're doing this during a war. We're not supposed to be doing it. But we're going to make America totally safe again very quickly. The largest drop. We had the largest drop in violent crime in our country, despite all of these criminals that have been allowed in, murderers. Despite all, think of it, 11,888 murderers allowed into our country. Many of which, more than 50% killed more than one person. Thank you very much, Joe Biden. Thank you to Kamala, who was the border czar, who never went to the border and never made one phone call to Border Patrol. The Border Patrol is incredible. They've never had a phone call from her. 4 years. but they get phone calls from me every single day. How are we doing on the border? How are we doing on the border, Paul? How are we doing? How are we doing, Brandon, on the border? And we got it down to where people don't come anymore. So obvious now it's easy. They used to storm the fences. Now they don't come anymore because they know they're not getting in. But think of it, the murder rate, despite the fact that they allowed massive numbers of criminals into our country, is the lowest it's been in 125 years, 1900, before my father was born. Before my father, Fred, who was the greatest, my father was born after that. Think of that, though, 125 years, and we've achieved a miracle right here in our nation's capital where we have a safe city. You can walk to work. You can walk to Congress. You can walk to the Capitol. You can walk to the White House. When I came, this place was so dangerous. We were having 2 and 3 people killed every single week. Now you don't see it at all. We have actually, in a very short period of time, we've already done it, but in a very short period of time, we have one of the safe. Washington, D.C. is right now from one of the most unsafe cities anywhere in this country, is now one of the most safe cities anywhere in the country. We have done a great job. And that's not just by having great people from our military there, National Guard. It's because we removed 4,000 hardened criminals out of our city and out of their country. In some cases, they were so dangerous and so bad. They came from Biden, this guy that couldn't walk off a stage. See the stage? See how many stairs are here? All of it. He could never find the stairs. And people don't want that. People want a president that's able to walk off and find the stairs. Could never. Do you ever see that? Where he looks out, oh, I'm finished. First of all, his speeches were extremely short. They lasted a matter of seconds. And then he'd walk out. Look, I couldn't stand. He was probably a nice guy. I couldn't stand this guy. You ever see the weaponization? If we look at somebody, Donald Trump is weaponizing government. We've done just the opposite, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I hope they're looking at some of these criminals that cheated on the election. I hope they're looking at them. Because what they did to us and what they did is incredible. But I looked at Biden, and he weaponized like nobody's ever been weaponized before. Me, forget about me, so many people, Republicans, many of you in the audience, Congress people, many of my friends, you were taped and your phone was taken away, right, Scott? A lot of things happened that were very bad. They weaponized. But the fake news will say, oh, Donald Trump mentioned a dirty cop named Comey, and therefore he's weaponizing government. No, they weaponized, and we're not going to let them happen. And I think Comer and all these guys, you're out there someplace, I think, because I can't see a damn thing with these stupid lights they have up. But I want to thank you, Jim Jordan, Comer. Where are those guys? Where I stand up, you deserve it. Now they have to take your recommendations. They have to take your recommendations and they have to act. They have to act. We can't just be sending out all these 100% recommendations and nothing happens. But I want to thank Speaker Johnson, the Republican Congress. We also passed the largest tax cuts in American history. Think of it. With a great, big, beautiful bill, we delivered no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Think of this. I mean, think of the no tax on tips. You know how I got that one? A lot of people hire consultants. You all pay them millions and millions of dollars I was having dinner with a group of Republicans in Nevada, a state that we never win, right? And this waitress comes over. And I won't say she was beautiful, because if you call her beautiful, that's the end of your political career. So I refuse to say. I refuse to say that she was so beautiful. At the end of your career, it's true. If you call somebody beautiful nowadays, it's over. You resign in disgrace. So I will not say it. I said, "How are you doing, Gina?" "Sir, it's terrible. The government's after me for tips." I said, "Really? Do you have do you report your tips?" It turns out the hotels pretty much report their tips. It's actually not quite as good as you would think. She said, "No, sir." "Sir, may I make a suggestion?" "What? What do you want? What do you know about politics?" "No, I'd like to make a suggestion. I'm voting for you, sir. You should have no tax on tips." She said, "What?" "No tax on tips, sir." I said, "Say it one more time." "No tax on tips, sir." I was with a group of 12 people. I got up, immediately walked outside of the restaurant where there were about 250 lunatic media. I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, after an exhaustive study, I have decided to have, as a very big part of my agenda, no tax on tips. This has been years in the making. And I won Nevada in a landslide." You know, I kept saying, well, the problem is she's just going to follow me up, you know. Kamala, a real genius, she's going to follow me up. She waited months, and then just before the election, she said no tax on tips, and they left at her. It was over. We had the issue. We killed them on that issue. We won Nevada, which you never win. You know, Republicans don't win it very much. It was many, many years. But we had a great election. That was a great election. But I ask you this. I want to do this. Which was the bigger and more important election? Okay, I'm going to ask you, then I'm going to ask you just to cheer one way or the other. Because we had two great elections. We had three. Because 2020 was equally good, but they cheated. Millions of votes. Dirty cheats. Dirty, rotten cheaters. Which was the most important election? Which was the more glamorous? The whole thing, right? Which was the better election? I'm going to go 2016 or 2024. Ready? 2016. Whoa. 2024. Wow. Could be right. A lot of people feel that way. I mean, 2016 was unique because somebody that had never done this before won. I never did it before. I went to Washington. I didn't know anybody. I was lonely. I said, "Do you have any people that are any good?" And some rhinos gave me some names that I didn't like too much. But we had great people. You know, we rebuilt our military. 2016, that 4-year period, we rebuilt our military. We got the largest tax cut in history, superseded now by what we did in 2024 with a great, big, beautiful bill. I love the great, big, beautiful bill. But we did a lot. We did a lot. We had a great first term, but our second term is blowing it away. It's blowing every term. So far, it's blowing every term of every president away. And soon, you know, we hit, I have to say, we're going so smooth. And I say, I hate to do it, but somebody has to. For 47 years, no president had the guts to do what you had to do. And we hit 50,000 on the Dow. Everyone said, well, 50,000 will take place in 5 or 6 years. There's no way you can do it during his term. And I did it in the first year. Then they said, you'll never reach 7,000 on the S&P. Standard & Poor's, you'll never reach 7. We did it in the first year. We would go in like a rocket ship. The market was good. Everything was good. And then I said, we're going to have to do something about Iran because they're going to have a nuclear weapon very soon, and they're crazy. They're crazy. They're out of their minds. And we have to stop them. And I say, well, we're going to take a big hit. We're going to go through this certain route and we'll get right back here, but we have to go and stop him. Every president should have done it. I heard that today Blinken made a statement that he should have done it. Thanks a lot, Blinken. I appreciate it. Blinken is Biden's guy, I guess. Who the hell knows who he is? He's his guy. But he came out with a statement that they should have done it. They made a mistake. They should have done it, and other presidents should have done it. Obama should have done it. Obama was worse. Obama gave them the absolute right, title, and interest, gave everything to Iran. You remember that? When Bibi Netanyahu came over and begged him not to do it, he gave Iran the right to have a nuclear weapon at the highest level within a very short period of time. And I terminated that agreement as soon as I came to office. And if I didn't terminate it, that weapon would have been used 3 years ago, would have been used a long time ago. And then we stopped it a second time with those beautiful B-2 bombers. They went in and they knocked the hell out of the nuclear potential. And if they didn't do that attack, Iran would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks to 4 weeks after the attack. But we did attack and we obliterated the site. And we saved it there too. We did many things. Taking out Soleimani was very important. He was an evil man, but that was a big event. We took out, in my first term, we took out Soleimani, and they never had leadership that could compete with that. He was an evil guy, but he was a real leader, and he was a very tough general. Probably wouldn't have been quite as easy, I will tell you. I don't think we would have taken us an extra day. But under our leadership, America is also highly respected again. Perhaps we are now respected like never, ever before. I don't think we have ever been as respected now. You know, if you think about it, 1.5 years ago, our country was viewed as a joke. We were a joke. All over the world, they were laughing at us, how stupid we were, how weak, how pathetic. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're the hottest country in the world. King of Saudi Arabia said it. He said, sir, I was in Saudi Arabia, came back with $2 trillion for our country. I came back with $2 trillion from Saudi, $2 trillion from Qatar, $2 trillion from UAE. Oh, they're great. They're all fighting. They got hit. Nobody expected they were going to get hit. It made them angry, and they came to our side immediately, all of them, and others. But I came back, and I remember the statement like yesterday. He said, sir, King of Saudi Arabia, he said, 2 years ago, you were a dead country, and now you're the hottest country in the world. Congratulations. It's true. We're the hottest country anywhere in the world. There's nobody close. We're the most powerful military. We have the most powerful military. You saw that in Venezuela. 1 hour, the war was over. And, you know, this is a larger country now that we're fighting. But the war essentially ended a few days after we went in. We knocked out their Navy. We knocked out everything. It's amazing. We have the greatest military. We make the greatest military equipment. And now, if you notice, I said, you got to make it faster. Got to make more of it because we need it. All made in America, but we make the greatest. You know, we had an attack. 100 missiles were shot by Iran at a very important thing that we had. I won't tell you what it was for certain reasons. 100 missiles going 2,000 miles an hour were coming at this element of importance, tremendous power and importance. And of the 100 missiles coming at us, 100 missiles were immediately shot down, shot out of the air, fall into the sea. Think of it. Not one missile got through. That was the Patriot system. It's great. We have the best equipment in the world. We have the best military, the most powerful, most lethal military in the world by far. Earlier this year, in a stunning display of American military strength and skill, we apprehended the outlaw Victor, you know this, from Venezuela, named Nicolas Maduro, and brought him to face American justice. He's been killing people for a long period of time with drugs and everything else, but killing people, a violent man. We went in and we got him out of his house, and his house was located in a military base with thousands of soldiers, and we went in so violently that everybody said, we'll pass. Then they came back and waved goodbye as he flew out in a helicopter. The soldiers would say, bye, leave us alone. Thanks to the men and women in the room, we made a $1 trillion investment in the United States Armed Forces, and we now have the strongest and most powerful military that the world has ever seen. Nobody close, nobody close. And the situation in Iran is also a stark reminder of just how high the stakes are for the midterm elections. If Democrats had won in 2024, our country would right now be a nation in terminal decline. I don't even know if we'd have a nation right now. The spirit was so bad. You know, something I'm very proud of, if you go back a year and a half, you know, we couldn't get people to join the military, the police forces, nothing. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, Space Force, they wouldn't join. They didn't want to join during Biden. His last year, they had the worst recruitment in the history of our country. 1 year later, we set records on recruitment. We had the greatest recruitment in the history of our country. The spirit was back. But Iran would long ago have had a nuclear weapon if it weren't for us. The entire world would be under mortal threat, and the prospects for peace in the Middle East would be absolutely shattered forever. And forget the Middle East, we would have a cloud over us too, because he would have used it, and they would have used it on us without hesitation. Our military would be woke, politicized, starved for resources. ICE would be effectively abolished. They would have terminated ICE so that all these murderers and drug dealers and killers and the mentally insane would be in our country instead of being shipped back to their country like only ICE could do. These are great patriots that have been abused. And I said before, and I mean it, the people are saying, what nice people. Now, I must tell you, when I first sent them in 2 days ago, I looked, and they were wearing masks. And I think they have to, because a lot of people are up. But in an airport, no. I said, fellas, do you mind taking off your masks in the airport? And they took them off. And people said, wow, these are nice guys. And they're helping the people with their bags. They're moving things along. It's a beautiful thing to see. People are starting to say, ICE, you're nice guys. We really appreciate it. So the Democrats, in their violence and viciousness, have done us a favor. But the cost of energy and electricity would be the highest ever, which it was prior to this administration. Inflation would be soaring to country record levels. You know, we had the highest, I inherited the highest inflation in the history of our country. They say 48 years, what difference does it make? It's the highest in the history of our country. And our nation would be ravaged by rampant crime, woke lunacy, and transgender for everybody. That's where we would have been. People would have been flowing into our countries at the same levels they were destroying. They were destroying our country. And, you know, we are a party, remember this, it's okay, it's a pretty obvious statement, I think, but we're a party of common sense. We are the party of common sense, because whether you're conservative or liberal, it's really not about, it's really common sense. You need borders. You need education. You want to buy a house. We're the party of common sense. We don't want to have men playing in women's sports. You got to look at some of the records. Weightlifting, a record that stood for 18 years in the women's category, was shattered by a male who came in and broke the record by 128 pounds. You think that's good? That's not good. And he was a lousy weightlifter. As a man, he was a loser. Can you believe it? He felt awfully good. She felt awfully good about herself. But from now until November, we're going to fight, and I'm going to personally campaign for every one of you. We're going to go to win in midterms. We're going to have even bigger majorities in the House and the Senate than we have today. Going to help all of you. Americans saw the true and craven nature of congressional Democrats during my State of the Union, and we're not going to let that happen again. They really are. They're a party, and it's terrible to talk. I want it to be the old way where they got, Democrats, Republicans used to get together, have lunch, and then they'd fight a little bit, and, but it doesn't seem to be happening that way. And this is before me. Because if you go back to Obama, he was a great divider. He divided this nation. He was a lousy president. The worst president in history was Biden. But Obama was a terrible president. He was a divider. He did so many bad things. They're the party of fraudsters, criminals, radicals, illegal aliens, high taxes, and putting America last. That's what they are. They put America last. Republicans are the party for every hardworking patriot. And we do something very much different than them. We put America first. Put America first. So as we rebuild, and it's going to come back very quickly. It's already back. I mean, it's back. It went down a little bit. I actually thought when I went on this excursion, as I call it, excursion into hell, excursion into a terrible place, when I went on to do something that for 47 years should have been done by any of the other presidents, and you heard numerous of them said they wished they did it, but they didn't have the guts to do it. We had no choice. But I thought it would be much worse. I thought that the energy prices, oil price would go up higher. I thought the stock market would go somewhat lower. But it didn't matter to me. It's short term. What we had to do is get rid of the cancer. We had to cut out the cancer. The cancer was Iran with a nuclear weapon. And we've cut it out. Now we're going to finish it off. As we rebuild the greatest economy in history, a top priority must be to bring down the cost of living. And we were doing that, and we are doing that at a record clip. They had a phrase, all these phrases that they came up with, like, they're the ones that caused prices to go up. They had the highest prices, and we're bringing down the prices with the worst inflation, which has come way down. The last 2 months, or last 3 months, actually, inflation was 1.4%. But we're ending high prices with tax cuts, deregulation, and frankly, again, the words common sense. For years, big insurance companies have gotten rich with our government, giving them hundreds of billions of dollars. And under the great health care plan, that's what we call it, capital G, capital H, capital P, the great health care plan, I'm urging Congress to halt all payments to big insurance companies, which are literally controlling the Democrat Party. They have total control over the Democrats. That's why you can't make a deal with them. The insurance companies have taken in trillions of dollars for care at a lower cost, and you guys can do it. You can do it. Every time I mention that, it's like it goes viral. Give the money directly to the people so they can buy their own. You'll pay much less. They'll pay much less. But the Democrats won't do it because they're totally in the pocket of the insurance companies. How about stocks that have gone up 1,400, 1,500, 1,700%? As part of this plan, we also need to maximize price transparency. It's a big deal. Doesn't sound very glamorous, but it is. In addition, it's time to codify my most favored nation's policy on drug prices into law. We have lowered the price of drugs by 50, 60, 70, and 80, and 90%. And there's another way of figuring. You could also say, depending on the way you phrase the statement, 400, 500, 600, 700%. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. I got other countries to do it with the threat of tariffs. I said, if you don't approve it, because I got the insurance companies to do it, the health, we needed insurance, we needed everything. No other president tried to get this done. But basically, very simply, our drug costs, prescription drugs, were far more expensive than any other country anywhere in the world, the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world. But under the deals I negotiated, we go from the highest price ever paid to the lowest price in the world. It's numbers that nobody's ever seen. It doesn't even get covered in the newspapers. We got to talk about it. That alone should win the midterms. But nobody talks about it. That's why I talk about it. Think of it. I lowered prices by 50, 60, 70, 80%. Nobody even wants to write about it. That's because the fake news is fixed. It's rigged. It's dirty. It's dirty press. For years, Democrats promised to reduce drug costs, but we got it done. All they did was talk. We got it done. I tell the story of my first term, my third year. I was the first one in 28 years to lower drug prices, 0.25%. I was so proud of that. I had a news conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce that I lowered drug prices by 0.25%. First time in 28 years. The prices went down from January to December, right? Now I'm lowering prices by 70 and 80%. Now we can have it, but nobody wants to pick it up. Nobody wants to pick it up. It's pretty incredible. But the people understand. The people get it. That's why I got 100% in the CNN poll. Can you believe it? 100%. They must have made a mistake. Boy, those people that put that poll out got fired by CNN very quick. They're no longer working for that wonderful crooked network. How crooked is CNN? But you know what's worse? I think ABC fake news is worse, actually. But George Stephanopoulos, they had to pay me $16 million for what they said. CBS had to pay me $38 million for what they said. It's actually pretty good. You know, if you bring lawsuits against these guys, they're so corrupt that they pay it. How about, this one hasn't been determined yet, how about BBC, where they put me out and they have me saying, and you can't tell the difference, things that I never said that were terrible. It turned out they put out news and they changed my words, having me say horrible things. I said to my wife, I never said that. Well, darling, you said it. Look, your lips. Let's watch TiVo, one of the great things in history. Remember, television would be no good without TiVo or its equivalent. Wouldn't television be terrible if you couldn't play it back? You'd go absolutely crazy, right? So I play it back, and you're right. I said, you're right. Could I have said that? It's so horrible. And we checked it out. It turned out it was done by fake news. It was fake news. They put words in my mouth, sentences and paragraphs in my mouth that was so horrible. So we brought a suit against them, and they admitted they were guilty. They admitted. Can you believe that's how crooked they are? Now it's only a question of how much do I get. No, they have to be taught a lesson because they're crooked. They're crooked people. You know, I always say you need great borders. You need great borders, and you really need fair press. And we don't have fair. We have good borders now. We're good. We're the best we've ever been. I think we probably the best. We are considered the best. We are the best at the border that we've ever been, but we have news that's really terrible. And the other thing you need is you need fair, free, safe, honest elections. You need that. And the only way you're going to get that is the Save America Act. You got to add the word America. Oh, when I watch these people, they hate saying Save America Act. They always say the Save Act. Nobody knows what the hell the Save Act means. Save America is good. The Save Act, are you trying to save terrorism? What are you trying to? It could be you're saving anything. It's called Save America Act. Please don't let them. You know, I saw last night on another fake network, the Save Act. It's not. It's called the Save America Act. I saw Schumer the other night. We will stop Save America. And our great First Lady, who now turns out to be a fantastic movie star. Do you believe this? She had the #1 movie. Now she's #1 on streaming. And you can't have 2 stars in one family, so this is not good. I've always said you can't have stars. There's only room for 1 star in a family. This is not a good sign. Now she has the #1 movie, and now she's got #1 on streaming. There's no talking to her. Darling, congratulations on being number one. Oh, thank you, darling. There's no talking to her. But she's doing a good job as First Lady, I'll tell you. She really is. People love her. People love her. But in our quest to restore public safety, we also need accountability for corrupt Democrat officials who conspire to obstruct federal law. Less than 1 week ago, a precious 18-year-old college student named Sheridan Gorman was shot and killed while walking in a park innocently. The illegal alien monster charge was, is total animal. Remember when Nancy Pelosi got angry because I used the word animal in describing a savage killer? We were okay with it. Didn't bother me at all. The illegal alien monster charged with Sheridan's brutal murder had come illegally from Venezuela, had been released into our country by Sleepy Joe Biden. He had no idea what the hell he was doing. That's why he was... Okay. Which is a better term? Sleepy Joe or Crooked Joe? Crooked Joe Biden, please. Sleepy Joe Biden, please. A lot of people like Sleepy Joe. Oh, he's pathetic. Worst president. But he was then arrested again and released again by the Democrat governor, J.B. Pritzker, one of the worst governors in the history of our country, in the sanctuary city of Chicago. You know, we would stop crime in Chicago just like we did in Louisiana. We had great success. Memphis, Tennessee, a crime capital. We got it down 71% in a matter of a few months. Washington is the one that we talked about already. So amazing how great we've done. But we could go to Chicago if that slob would allow, if he'd just say, please come, Mr. President. People are being killed here all the time. Please come. I would come and you would have no crime practically. Chicago would be easy for us. But they don't want to say that because they actually, I think, like it. I don't know. They're sick people. But as you saw at my State of the Union, Democrat politicians, they don't care about American blood. They spill in their very demented pursuit of these open borders. Every American needs to know that the larger majorities in the House and Senate, Republicans will, remember this, will end sanctuary jurisdictions once and for all. We need a few more votes. If we get a few more votes, if we could get a few more in the Senate, and if we could get a few more in the House, we could do things that would be a miracle. We got to get out and win. The time has also come for Republicans to pass a tough new crime bill that imposes harsh penalties for dangerous repeat offenders, cracks down on rogue judges. We got rogue judges that are criminals. They're criminals. What they do to our country, the decisions that they hand down and hurt our country. And I can tell you something, I've gone through it. And the decisions that these people make, I got a decision on tariffs that's going to cost our country, not me, I do it a different way. Different way. Going to cost our country hundreds of billions potentially of refunds. Giving them back to people that have been ripping off our country because the Supreme Court didn't want to put one little sentence that all money taken in up till this date doesn't have to be paid back. Going to cost us hundreds of billions of dollars. So sad to see. And I could give you plenty of others too. Look at what they did to college sports. Look what they did. You do know, I mean, this is maybe not a sporting environment, but NIL, it's a disaster. College sports are a disaster. A judge made a horrible decision, and the decision got carried up. The appeal was terrible. And what they've done is destroyed college sports and destroying colleges because colleges can't afford to pay quarterbacks that never threw a ball before, that are 17 years old, $12 million to play college because every college is going to go bankrupt. Other sports aren't going to be relevant. Football is going to cause it all. Basketball, to a much lesser extent. But your colleges are going to go bankrupt. Did you see where Penn State lost $525 million? Can you believe it? One of the great schools of Florida lost $450 million. Think of that. Because it's basically professional sports without a cap. And you can't have without a cap. And we had a good system. We had a scholarship system. It took 100 years to hone and perfect. And a judge who knew nothing about sports, a female, I believe, not that that matters. I have to put that preface in there. A female, I believe, who knew nothing about sports, totally upended all of sports, hundreds of years of sports in our colleges, and now we have a mess like you've never seen before. And you know who gets hit the hardest? Women. Because women's sports are being canceled all over college. And other sports that are more minor sports are being dropped. That means the Olympics are going to be a disaster because this was training grounds for the Olympics. We had unbelievable training grounds, and they had scholarships and everything. But they're being terminated because they want to be able to sign football players for $4 million, $5 million, $10 million. All because the courts decided to terminate sports in colleges. And it's a very tough thing to get it back because you have all different sports, all different levels of competition. Nobody knows what to do. A woman, a judge, made a decision knowing nothing about what the hell she was doing. Courts, bad courts in this country are costing us a tremendous amount of money. And the Supreme Court, that's right, of the United States, cost our country. All they needed was a sentence. Our country, hundreds of billions of dollars, and they couldn't care less. They couldn't care less. And not that it matters, doesn't matter at all. But two of the people that voted for that, I appointed. And they sicken me. They sicken me because they're bad for our country. We need a tough new crime bill that imposes harsh penalties for dangerous repeat offenders, cracks down on rogue judges and prosecutors, and ends no cash bail. No cash bail has caused a problem for our country like you wouldn't believe. Killers, they go in, they get out. They go in, they kill 2 times in one day sometimes. If our Republican majority stand up for these priorities, the American people will stand with us in record numbers. We have to be strong. We have to be tough. And we can't let these thugs on the other side of the aisle push us around. Because what they're doing right now is wrong. And the public knows it. Now the public knows it. And they're on our side. But you have to fight and you have to be tough. You have to be much tougher. And you have to stick together. Republicans have to stick together. So we won't just re-elect our majorities this November. We'll expose the corruption and radicalism of the Democrat Party. It's a lunatic. It's a party of lunatics. We'll defeat the forces of national destruction. We'll complete our mission of national renewal. And the Republican Party will grow larger, stronger, and more dominant than ever before. We have a chance to do that because we're competing against lunatics, and the public knows it, and they're seeing it every single day. And together with all of you, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And most importantly, we will make America great again. Thank you very much, Republicans. Go out and win the midterm.
All right, that is President Trump there. I can't believe Right Side Broadcasting did not show that. The White House ended the live right when I changed the screen. I can't believe Right Side Broadcasting was cut out of the loop on that. Well, we still got a little bit of news left. We're going to get right into this next video. This last little bit of the news before Lefty's losing it. This is prosecutors charge a second person in acid attack of Long Island college student. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, that you should go join jeffmaclive.com. Go set up your profile, create posts in Hooligans Alley, the forums, and the group chats. Plus, watching the live is a lot more fun with memes and GIFs in the chat. There's tons of stuff to do and new things happening every day. Select the free membership level in order to get started. Let me drop this link really quick, and we'll get into this last little bit of the news before Lefty's losing it. There you go. Go do the thing. Let's get into this. Come on, do the thing. Lots of things not getting done. You need to do them. There we go. All right, hooligans, hit that like button and let's get into this.
Prosecutors have charged a second person in the acid attack of a Long Island college student. The horrifying attack in 2021 left her permanently disfigured. Jennifer McLogan joins us live now from the courthouse in Mineola. Jennifer.
Jessica, good afternoon. New developments, as you say, in the terrifying 5-year-old case that disfigured a Long Island college student. This morning, a second man has been charged in connection with that tragic acid attack on Nafaya Ikram. We are standing outside court awaiting the arrival of this second defendant and to learn the specific charges against him. It was March of 2021 when Ikram, then a 21-year-old Hofstra student, was doused with sulfuric acid in the driveway of her Elmont home. The hooded and masked assailant left her with second and third degree burns on her face and body and blind in one eye. Despite video of the red getaway car, the case stalled for years. But family and supporters never gave up. Finally, a tip led them to an aspiring rapper, Terrell Campbell of Brooklyn, whose lyrics in his song and his incriminating web searches regarding sulfuric acid helped build the case against him. He was arrested last month before the statute of limitations expired and pleaded not guilty. And today, an accomplice has been linked to that horrific crime for soliciting the attack. In February, after the first arrest, Ikram spoke.
I'm glad in a sense that, you know, even though this is the beginning of a different chapter in my life, I'm glad that I've closed the chapter on the uncertainty and the safety and like the looking over the shoulder, you know, that's helpful.
We await details, especially on motive. Do prosecutors believe that this second man paid for this crime? How much and why? We expect to hear from the district attorney following the arraignment and hopefully from the victim herself. We're live outside the Mineola courtroom. Jennifer McLogan, CBS 2 New York. Jessica, to you.
Okay. What a piece of shit. So they're saying that this woman was doused in sulfuric acid. Oh, actually, let me fix the volume really quick. I don't know why they make these videos so quiet, but they do. Anyways, like I was saying, in the video they say that the woman was doused in sulfuric acid in an attack that permanently disfigured her. The second person arrested is her ex-boyfriend that's accused of orchestrating the assault due to jealousy after the relationship had ended. Supposedly he was driving the getaway vehicle. I googled to find some of this information, by the way. But either way, they're saying that he's accused of driving the getaway vehicle, arranging for his friend to throw the acid at her, which we saw in the video there. He's being charged with 2 counts of first-degree assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and unlawful possession of noxious materials. He pled not guilty and is being held without bail. Faces up to 25 years in prison if he's convicted. He's expected back in court in April, so I assume we'll have a follow-up on this. Now, next up, we got Lefty's losing it, but really quick, we're going to read through the chat and see what you're going to think about this acid attack. Green Eyes, people are cruel. He should get acid thrown back. Yeah, there should be severe consequences for what he did. He made permanent damage. Zero, yeah. Jealousy. Magic Moon, lock him up. Yeah, that or worse. What's up, Hops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Edge? Happy freedom to you. Was this from last week? No, the attack happened in 2021, I think they said. Hobbs, 25 years isn't enough. That's what I kind of think too. All much love to you, Angry God. I appreciate you being with us. It's like we had a mini Trump rally. Sedan, what an asshole. If your relationship ends, just go away. Yeah, exactly. Magic Moon, capital punishment might make a comeback. There's a couple things that need to make a comeback. Hair Juicer, I can't believe there's a statute of limitations on this. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Hair Juicer, tell Angry God not to troll other channels. There was somebody else saying that Angry God was trolling. Somebody left a message in my comment section. You're naughty, Angry God. Get in trouble. H&O jumping the gun here. Guess who? They got a dang, they got a news lady who's like a 90-year-old lunch lady. Yeah, you know, the school fired her. No more DEI hires. Ended up at the news area. Hair Juicer was a joke. Oh, I see Hair Juicer. Angry God, you're a troll. Everybody says so. I misread the room. My bad. Hops, prison for life. With the option to get the death penalty? Yeah, for sure. No worries, Angry God. No worries. Darkhorn, a likely story. Yeah. No, somebody did. Somebody left a comment under my video. They're all mad about Angry God. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, Angry God, you're grounded. you're fucking grounded. You're making other people mad. No. What's up, Right Mind? Happy freedom to you. Wrench. They should send in the quadruple quadruple amputee to smoke him. He's gonna end up in the cell with him. I forgot about that. I seen a couple other people covering that story yesterday after we covered it. They're like, this is a really weird story about this quadruple amputee cornhole star player / murderer while driving a vehicle and shooting his passengers. Yeah, I can't wait for the follow-up of that story because that's a very interesting story. All right, hooligans, moving forward. Like I said, we got Rita coming up. This is Lefties Losing It, and today it's titled Theo Von and Vince Vaughn call out unfunny late night hosts. Now, while I'm getting this pulled up, what color is Rita wearing today?
It's time for...
Oh, you guys aren't going to guess this one. Stop fighting me, YouTube, you piece of shit. I'm going to sue you for emotional damage. My emotions have been damaged. Zero saying purple. Guess saying Trump orange. Bulky saying gray. Agent O saying red. Canuck, happy freedom to you. If I can get you already. Aphid green, that's very specific. Here Juice is saying checkers. Wrench saying black and green. Green Eye saying pink-ish. It's pink-like. Pumpkin saying black. Hops YouTube getting sued to MySpace status. We could only wish. Darkhorn saying she's wearing beige. Shoulder carrier saying, what is this? Purple and lavender. That's got to be very specific. Let me see. Appeal to Evan saying blue. Snook saying flesh and bones. Like she's wearing somebody else's flesh and bones. Like Buffalo Bill. Plastic Quack saying gray. Be a Blessing saying green. Right Mind saying teal. Uh-oh. No, don't start doing this. No. It's a fucking stink bug. It came flying across the room here. Klaus is on it, don't you worry. Central's Library saying pink. Guess who's saying fleshy tan? You guys. Weevo, she's wearing coffee stain on her left boob. I think you're right, Weevo. That might be it. It's a good guess. Angry God saying salmon. It smells like it, or it's the color? What are we talking about? You guys talking about her fleshy parts. Everybody place their bets here. We're winding her down. Meta, what? I'm reading what everybody else is saying. How am I being sexual? They're the ones naming her fleshy parts. I'm just reading the chat. Zero, quite the creative colors Hooligans come up with. I agree. I'm getting chewed out for it right now. It's all my fault reading the chat. Danon saying turquoise. Magic Moon saying blue. Darkhorn says wearing a salmon. She has a salmon. Now I gotta be careful with what I'm saying. I'm already getting chewed out. Weevo, I like that she's not plain Jane with her colors. It's pretty exotic. Is that everybody? I think so. Angry God saying tampon red. They don't start that way. Let me see. Weevo, she's wearing Biltong colors. Yeah, that's right. Today, Rita's got on whatever color that is. That's Push Pop. That's Flintstone Push Pop Orange. And I think it's white underneath, but it could be a very light pink. I bet it's probably not light pink. I don't know. Maybe. Anyways, hit that like button and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and I've missed the ladies of The View. This is their first appearance of the week, and it's courtesy of Whoopi Goldberg, who makes this incredible claim about voter ID. She claims that it already exists, that the SAVE Act is not needed. Now, we'll give her the benefit of a doubt here and just assume she's ignorant and not deliberately lying.
I'm sorry. You have to present your ID when you go to vote. I always have to give them my driver's license so they can make sure that it's me.
You don't have to do that. I didn't have to do it.
They all have to.
You don't? No.
They have all this information in the voter registration.
Well,
it's all the information
the administration
is
is suing the states so that they get that information, and a lot of that is very personal information.
Well, you know what? A lot of information that we have given away ourselves is very personal information.
Oh dear, you know you've gone and stuffed up on The View when your fellow Lefties Losing It co-hosts have to jump in to correct you. Unbelievable stuff there from Whoopi. Now to a former co-host of The View, Rosie O'Donnell, who is so afflicted with Trump derangement syndrome that the mental health professionals treating her have asked her to stop posting about him. I know that because Rosie told us all about it in a video she uploaded, but she can't help herself. The president lives rent-free in her head, even though she has fled Trump's America.
Thanks to that orange mess of a man, a mediocre man. And he's getting worse. And we have to do something, America. We can't let this one guy destroy everything. 250 years of democracy. We can't let him destroy it. So we got to get together as one, in unison, and sing, you know, one day more. Do you hear the people sing?
She really needs to go back to therapy, maybe several times a day. That could be recommended because, yeah, Americans did all get together and they voted for Donald Trump in a landslide. He won every swing state, Rosie. Get over it. Now, listen to House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries answer a question that should be easy. He is asked if the illegal immigrant who killed a teenager in Chicago should be deported if he is convicted. Hakeem couldn't answer the question.
An illegal immigrant has been charged with murdering a college student in Chicago last week. Do House Democrats believe if he's convicted, he's someone who should be deported?
I'll look into the case.
He'll look into the case? What? An illegal immigrant murders a girl and Hakeem needs to have more information before determining whether a killer should be deported? Now to a illuminating chat between two funny men, comedian Theo Vaughn and Hollywood star Vince Vaughn. This chat has enraged all sections of the left, mainly because what they talk about here is 100% true.
Why a lot of the late shows have struggled. Because all they did during the only person they can make fun of at a certain point was just like white redneck kind of people, and and then everything tanked after that.
Think about that. But see, they never get it right. The podcasts have gotten so much more popular with less production, less writers, less staff. And the reason why
we have two people working here, and both of them are hungover. That one guy is shingled.
And so people just rejected it because it didn't feel authentic. It felt like they had an agenda. And it stopped being funny, and it started feeling like I was in a class I didn't want to take. But if you look at what happened to the talk shows and why their ratings are low, it's got only to do with the fact of what you just said, which is they all became the same show.
Yeah.
And they all became so.
What is going on with his hair?
Politics and who's good and who's bad. And it's like, imagine sitting next to someone like that on a plane.
Oh.
Bro, you'd be like, how do I get out of this seat?
I would fart right next to him.
Holy cow.
Now, this next lefty losing it is a confirmed liar, a disinformation peddler, and if you ask me, one of the most reprehensible men to hold public office. He was part of politicising the CIA after he was appointed to that role by President Obama, and he oversaw all sorts of awful policies. Who can forget his staunch support for the Iran nuclear deal? That worked out well. More recently, he disgraced himself by leading 50 other former intelligence officials who falsely claimed that Hunter Biden's laptop was some sort of Russian misinformation plot. They did that in the lead up to the 2020 election. There is John Brennan right in the middle of that lot. Well, John Brennan is back to disgrace himself a little further by claiming on MS Now that the Iranian regime, that's the regime that just slaughtered tens of thousands of innocent people, well, apparently it's more trustworthy than Donald Trump.
They are an authoritarian regime who's known to lie, but I'm confused. What is going on? Help me. Calm me down.
Well, I tend to believe Iran more than I do Donald Trump
crazy.
because he could not acknowledge the truth, even when he's slapped in the face with it repeatedly.
Let's bring in commentator and documentary filmmaker Ami.
What did he say? He likes to be slapped in the face with it repeatedly. I don't know. That sounded very interesting. Either fucking way. My goodness. That was something else. Moving forward here. Next up, we are going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's Unfortunate Cookie. It was provided by Bree. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Gingerfire, and it's titled Shrinkflation. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Who Through, and it's titled The Wisdom of Master Klaus. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you all can think about lefties losing it. He just likes to be slapped in the face with it, I don't know, repeatedly. You need to chill out. Goodness, ain't the weekend yet. Hair juicer, death spiral Raymond for lunch. Videos or it didn't happen. That's how we're doing things. I'm jealous. I want to eat hot stuff. Fuck, I'm such a sissy with holes in my leg. Stupid problems. I want to eat hot stuff too. Guess I cannot read that out loud. That is hilarious. Appeal to having these dumbasses. Yeah. I don't know what was going on with that dude's hair. I don't know what the point of that was. His hairline started like way back here. He just wakes up in the day and just does all this. The guy talking to Theo Von. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Angry God. Yeah, no worries. You're not pissing me off. And Hair Juicer was just joking. I don't know what you did to those other people. They soft, though, coming over here telling me to worry about you. They soft. Don't you worry about it, Angry God. We're happy to have you. Magic Moon, have you tried diluted tea tree oil? And they're not spider bites, Magic Moon. I went to the doctor, and apparently the holes in my legs are symptoms of Crohn's disease. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but I guess that's how it goes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I showed you guys the word yesterday. It's something weird. It's so hard to pronounce. I think I still got it pulled up. Let me see if I can find it, because it's such a hard word to say. I know I pulled it up. Where is it at? Did I get rid of it? I have so many open tabs. I'm always working. I'm pretty much not happy unless I'm working. I have too much stuff to worry about. And I don't have to worry if I'm in the middle of doing something. I'm not working, I'm coping. Oh, here. No, shit. Where is it? Right here. This is what it is. Make sure I don't have, okay. This is what's wrong with me, is this word right here. And it's pronounced Urethuma Nadasum. Urethuma Nadasum. That's what I got wrong with me. And it's because of Crohn's disease. And it's stupid. It's so stupid. But I'm trying to eat better. I need some exercise. And like I said, I'm drinking baking soda water every once in a while. Try and fix my pH. My hoo-ha stinks. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, there's nothing more I can do. You can't cure Crohn's disease, so it is what it is. Green eyes. Yeah, whatever that word is the most common skin manifestation of Crohn's disease, affecting roughly 2 to 15% of patients. It presents as painful reddish, purplish, tender nodules on the shins, ankles, or arms, and usually correlates with active intestinal inflammation and typically resolves within underlying Crohn's flare is treated. Yeah, that's what it is. But what I don't understand is I'm not having problems with my stomach or my digestion. I'm not having any, as far as I can tell, I'm not having problems, because the problems I've had for years and years and years, for decades. So I don't know why it's happening to me right now, but that's what's happening. Here, Juicer, I eat shit that's so hot I got holes in my legs is a pretty manly brag. I don't mean to brag about my legs all day, you know. I'm shaking some leg for you hooligans. You guys are cracking me up. Zero guts inflamed from the hot stuff? Maybe, but the thing is I'm not experiencing any digestive differences at all. Like, not at all. Magic Moon, as the body ages, everything changes. Beware. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do but die. Like, I can't avoid getting old. The only option to avoid that is to die, and, well, that's not in the cards right now. Appeal to Evan, can you get disability for it? Probably, but it wouldn't pay me enough for me to... I'd still be doing this. I need $1 million hairs. And even when I make $1 million hairs, I'm still going to do this. Oh, much love to you, Angry God. TT, happy freedom to you. It'll work out. Agent O, that's a flex for sure. I mean, I'll try and look at it like that. Meta, we'll see. The hooligans like watching me die from eating hot stuff. And we need the funding. What's up, dear Butch? Happy freedom to you. That's quite the name. Guess I'm sue Facebook. That's right. It's Facebook's fault. Bill Clay, just claim that you have social media addiction and you could get $3 million. I know, I'm thinking about it. I got all the proof. All we gotta do is roll back the lives. Like, here's my proof. See me losing my marbles because of strikes and demonetization? YouTube owes me big time. What are you doing, Klaus Daniels? I already gave you the food. What do you want? Huh? Big kitty? I'm gonna show you off. You need more attention? Oh, give me your toes. There you go. Let him know. Mm-hmm. He's a good boy. Let him know how you feel. You give him the slow blinks. And you a good baby. Yeah. He's tired. Eating that fancy feast. It's a hard life. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me see. Let's get into the fun stuff, you hooligans. Like I said, we're going to be opening today's unfortunate cookie provided by Bree. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that I got cat hair on my face. If you guys would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what unfortunate cookie we get today. How many we got left? We're getting down to it. We got a few left. A few. This is our pink cookie today. Mm-hmm. Now let's see. What does it say? The only downside is all the damn crumbs on my desk. I don't like being sticky. I don't like crumbs. It's part of the song and dance, though. The show must go on. Today it says, if I could straighten it out, this one's a little gay. Your cup runneth over, which would be cool if it wasn't a urine sample. Ah, we got a doubly, but it's still a good one. Good stuff. My goodness. Thank you so much, Bree. I appreciate you. All right, hooligans, let's get into these funny videos really quick.
Shrink.
Mm-hmm. There's cat hair on my face. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I said, this is our first funny video of the day. This one is provided by Gingerfire, and it's titled Shrinkflation.
Shrinkflation. Bitch, 90% of my fucking salad was bones. Look at this. That's just the fucking taints. That's iceberg taint that I had to pick out. Got about a quarter cup of actual lettuce. Fresh Express. Who's your fucking CEO? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And why was this $6? You know what? Sometimes you interact with somebody and you can just tell. You're like, I can tell you've never not once been hit in your mouth. And you ought to have been, because it's a character building event. And you won't do dumb shit like this no more. And this is not a threat. Don't put me on a fucking list or anything. I'm just saying. They sold me the toe bones of all the lettuce. It's really on you, because salad's not that hard to prepare. And if you just make your own damn salad, you can have your own damn... Life has been riding me so hard, my asshole's got rug burn. If a bagged salad makes being alive 1% more tolerable, I'm going to purchase a bagged salad. And I would like for said bagged salad to contain lettuce. Don't say like that to my face. Say that to my face. I'm gonna whip out my long ass mom boobs and fucking choke you out.
I'm trying to get choked out with mom boobs. Damn shrinkflation. Anyways, getting into our official funny video of the day. This one was provided by Who Through. Let's get this pulled up. Did Who Through straighten his name back out? His name was an acronym for a while, and I totally forgot about it. I think he actually spelled it all out again. Good stuff. Who Through's legendary. This is our official funny video of the day. Like I said, it was provided by Who Through, and it's titled The Wisdom of Master Klaus.
Master, what is the secret to eternal happiness?
Do not argue with stupid people.
That's it? I don't think that works.
You are right.
Master. Master.
You are right. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm gonna grab this link really quick. I'm gonna drop it in all the chats. We're gonna read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Yes. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. Alright, hooligans, here is the link link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I would really appreciate it. All of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. All right. Let me see. We're going to read through really quick. But like I said, we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we are raiding out over on Rumble. Let's check in the schedule really quick here. Yes, I think we are good. Anyways, we're going to be reading through, and like I said, we got the Pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out. Klaus is right. Klaus is right. That's Master Klaus there. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Thank you, Zero. I was just wondering who we've rated so far. Oh, I appreciate you, Pumpkin. You're the bestest. Thank you. Thank you, Cass. Appreciate you being with us. Peeled Evan. We have farmers markets on Saturdays. Much lettuce there. I don't think our farmers markets are running right now because you never know if we're going to have snow or 50-degree weather. A couple weeks, that stuff will be open, though. I plan on going and checking that stuff out, too. See if I can get better deals on healthier food, since apparently I need to worry about it a little bit more. Bill Clay, either that or buy the lettuce heads. Yeah. Bill Clay, grow your own lettuce? Well, she looked like she was in a house. She probably could. I don't know if I could do that because I don't get direct sunlight because of the side of the building I'm on. I can only grow certain things. Bulky, I tried to rumble rant $1 million hairs to you, but it wouldn't go through. Sucks for you. Well, thanks, Bulky. I appreciate you trying. $1 million hairs. We were almost there, hooligans. That's alright. We're going to sue social media for social media addiction. It's the backup plan. Oh, I appreciate you being with us, Watchmen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Here, Juicer. Oh, yeah. I don't even know who's live yet right this moment. Oh, much love to you, Too Old to Care. Thank you for being with us. Meta. I'll go live until I can't. If I don't go live, then something bad happened. Otherwise, I'll be live. And actually, in 2 months, it'll be 6 years we've been live streaming, which is really crazy. Here, Juicy Rumble has been letting me donate for like a week. I wonder what their deal is. James, winter brings shrinkflation to guys in cold weather. That's right. It's the weather's fault. Oh, well, thank you, Cass. Redmond Cat Dog. We'll have to see if Cat Dog's live. All right, hooligans. It's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. It is time to raid out over on Rumble, but we have to cut off Twitch because the raid is against community guidelines over there. So if you're watching on Twitch, you'd like to be a part of the Rumble raid, you're welcome to join us on X, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, jeffmaclive.com if you'd like to participate in the raid. Otherwise, I will see you Twitch Hooligans tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Everybody else sit tight. We got to cut off Twitch, and then we are raiding out over on Rumble. Do thing. Loading. All right. Double checking to make sure we are good to go. Come on, thing. There we go. Let's figure out who we're raiding over on Rumble. Everybody's live. Everybody except for Cad Dog. We're not going to be able to raid Cad Dog today. Rotella's live. Hold on, let me double check the list. We've done Grim and Quiet Part. Yeah, let's do Rotella. Let's do a Rotella raid. How long has Rotella been live for? Rotella looks like they're wrapping it up. They are wrapping it up. So let me find somebody else. Do Wilkie. Is Wilkie live? How long? Wilkie just started. I don't know if Wilkie just started. Sometimes the timers are messed up on Rumble. I don't know why that is. We're raiding the Wilkie. Sergeant Wilkie for the raid. Come on, Brian. Raid. There we go. Hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding, you hooligans.
Just because you got a cheap ass computer. Oh, dude, I can't jump in the back of the truck. I'm trying to live.
That'd be fucking crazy.
I'm trying
you
to
can crawl under the trucks.
Oh, Jeff Mac with the raid. Yo, what's up?
It's peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah, the Hooligans. Hey, Jeff Mac. Saturday, if you are available, sir, we are playing Red Sec on Battlefield, 5 p.m. Eastern. You and the Hooligans are more than welcome. Oh, right side. Oh, no, that's friendly? Dude, I'm making sure about friendly. Again, this Saturday, whoever has Battlefield Red Sec, you are free to join us for the event. It's open to all. Oh. Ah, dang it, he was in the trees! He's in the trees! Ah, Charlie in the trees!
Warm it all up! Everything you got!
Hey!
Come on, you want to live forever?
Yo, welcome, Hair Juicer, Ghostly Method, Magic Moon, Sedan, yo. Appreciate all you guys.
Reporting.
Yeah, so we're trying to set up a private lobby for Battlefield Red Sec on Saturday. Everyone is welcome to join. It'll be in the Bad Company Discord. Come on in. Happy Freedom, Zero.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Wilkie's mic's a little quiet, but I think he was saying that they're doing a Battlefield kind of like tournament thing going on Saturday, and everybody's welcome to play. Sounds cool. I don't have Battlefield, but it sounds fun. Either way, we are going to be wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We're going to read through really quick first before we do the thing. Klaus Daniels is running around the house. I think he's losing his marbles over the stink bug. Either way, reading through. Red Sec? What is that, Ghostly? Is that what Wilkie was playing? I thought he was playing Battlefield. Or is that... Oh, it's Battlefield Red Sec. Interesting. Free to play. I will look into that. I didn't know it was free. Thank you for letting me know, Ghostly. Zero, Sergeant Wilkie is a blast to play games with. If you could play, do it. It sounds fun. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I appreciate you, Green Eyes. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Magic Moon, he looks like the Harry Potter guy. You talking about Hagrid? He looks like Hagrid. I don't know if he would think that's a compliment or not, but to me that's a compliment. He does a little bit, in a good way. Oh, I appreciate you, Hops. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Appeal to Heaven is pizza time. Sounds good. Ciao, Magic Moon. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Dark One, we be rumbling. Yes. Right, man. Rotella. We were going to raid Rotella, but he was wrapping it up. Just missed him. Oh my goodness, Meta. I cannot read that out loud. Oh my goodness. That is very flattering. Zero, I've done golfing with friends a couple times and he's so fun. That's awesome. All right, hooligans. It looks like we are good to go. Just double checking here. All right. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. You guys have been fantastic. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Like I said, you guys are fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Find yourself some good food, have fun, and be safe. And I'm going to try and do the same. And make your way back to us tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.